Inside the Lair, and we're going to head in with Josh Petrantonio. Talk about him, his unit, one of the hottest lines in the FPHL. Josh Petrantonio up after this on the Columbus River Dragons Radio Network.
Always wanted to get on the open road, but your skills on a bike might need a little work. Well, we've got your back. The Riding Academy has now launched at Fort Benning Harley-Davidson. It's your chance to learn to ride for only $199. Unleash your soul on the open road. To schedule your class or to get on a waiting list for priority scheduling for future classes, go to fortbenninghd.com. Learn to ride for less than $200. The Fort Benning Harley-Davidson Riding Academy. fortbenninghd.com.
Oral and maxillofacial surgeons Mark Sawicki, Lee Allen practice a traditional scope of oral and maxillofacial surgery with over 60 years of combined expertise, ranging from oral pathology to wisdom tooth removal. They perform a full range of dental implant and bone grafting procedures, as well as non-invasive surgical facial cosmetic procedures. That level of expertise is why the River Dragons trust them. Call them in Columbus at 596-1757 or in LaGrange at 884-2655.
In 1999, Watley Convenience Stores opened its first Zelmo's Zip-In. Our first store was in Leesburg, Georgia, and followed quickly by our second store in the Columbus, Phoenix City area in 2000. Since then, the brand has grown to include 11 stores in the Chattahoochee Valley and Southwest Georgia. Zelmo's is an anchor in the communities it operates in. Our managers, employees, and vendors are all an integral part of the neighborhoods and communities we serve. We are proud to call these areas home and plan to continue growing with and serving the communities of West Georgia and East Alabama. Zelmo's, fueling life's passions.
It's River Dragon season, and it's time to get out to a game. Visit Ticketmaster or the Civic Center box office to purchase tickets to the next game or any game left this season. Visit rdragons.com to check the schedule and stay up to date with everything River Dragons hockey. The defending Ignite Cup champions are looking to keep their winning ways, and you can be part of the best atmosphere in the FPHL to help make it happen. Purchase tickets online on Ticketmaster or skip the fees and visit the Columbus Civic Center box office during normal business hours. Get up and get loud, Columbus. The River Dragons are ready to roar.
Welcome back to the Fort Benning Harley-Davidson pregame show. It's now time for Inside the Lair. Today our guest, the captain, number 9, Josh Petrantonio. Josh, thanks for taking the time.
Thanks for having me, Zach.
All right, you look at how this team's been the last, couple of weeks. Your line specifically, we've seen the post, has been phenomenal, and it's because of that, we're on a 4-game winning streak here as a team. How would you categorize maybe your play, the team's play, and then maybe specifically your line's play too? It's probably one of the hottest lines in the Fed right now.
I think it's just a product of staying the course. We've been working hard in practice, battling in practice, believing in coach's system, and things are finally starting to come together for us out there.
When you look at the schedule and you look at this little streak that we're on, the last time we lost was actually in this building when we lost to Port Huron. At the time, a 4-game losing streak. Since then, a 4-game winning streak. You've been a veteran of many pro hockey seasons. Is this, streak up, streak down, more par for the course, or do you think that's been handling on the team?
We all understand the team can win on any night. We got to give it our all to play 60 minutes, and things have been clicking for us lately. We've been doing that, and we're just looking to build off the last game and move forward every night.
I know one of the characteristics of any hockey team is never get overconfident, never really look past anybody. But you got to imagine this team is feeling really good about itself after that sweep against Binghamton, moving up to 3rd place in the standings. How does the team negotiate handling those emotions when you're going into A, a rivalry game against Carolina, and B, what's sure to be a darn near close to packed house here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum?
Yeah, it's exciting coming in here and playing. I just think that every team needs to play with a certain type of swagger. I think we finally found our identity, and we're building into it, and we're just going to play with that confidence and try to walk the line of confidence and hockey as best we can.
We're speaking with Josh Petrantonio and Inside the Lair. Inside the Lair, as always, is brought to you by the Dragon's Den Pro Shop and the Columbus Ice Rink. Open on Wednesdays every week for all your hockey and ice skating needs. Well, we know who we're playing. It's Carolina. We know us. They know them. And, it's going to be one of those games where guys might want to put on a show because there's going to be a lot of people here. I mean, what's the game plan? What do we expect tonight?
We've got a game plan. We just got to stick to it, focus on what's inside our locker room, and play for each other.
I remember talking to you the last time we were in Winston-Salem, and you said, the fact that you're a former Bird and there's a couple of them in the room, there's a rivalry there, but it's kind of fizzled out. It's almost a new chapter of the rivalry. What is that? Can you articulate that for some of the fans, what it's like out there? It's different, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, we've come a long way since that fight that happened a couple years ago. A lot of new bodies on both sides. We're just focused on what's in our room right now. We want to win every game, obviously. We want to beat every team. So I feel like almost every game in this league, with our schedule and how few teams there are, every game feels like a rivalry game. So we just have to focus on what's in our locker room and play for the boys.
I know you're a bit of a humble guy. A lot of guys in there, they're very humble, but your line obviously so good. So when I ask you for an X factor, it's kind of hard not to say yourself and your line. What else can we look for as an X factor in this game out of the River Dragons?
I just think secondary scoring. We've done a great job all year of lines stepping up on different nights, and there's going to come a point in time where all three lines are contributing on the same night, and we're going to be a scary team to deal with when that happens. So pulling that all together and getting rolling at the right time is going to be key for us.
First of two games, we're wearing the ugly sweaters that are going to be auctioned off on Dash right now. Ronald McDonald House Cherries of West Georgia getting all the proceeds. Jerseys look pretty good. The guys feeling a little fresh out there in the new threads, probably helping out that confidence.
Yeah, I don't know how they're called ugly sweaters. They're sweet. I'm excited to put them on and play in front of this full building.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Before we get you out of here, any message to the fans before we get us on our way?
Go Dragons.
All right, thanks for your time, Josh. Good luck out there.
Thanks, Zach.
Josh Petrantonio and Inside the Lair. Stick around. More of the Fort Benning Harley-Davidson pregame show after this on the Columbus River Dragons Radio Network.
Progress. It's the belief that your life should be easier, that life should be fun, and that the best is yet to come. With us, you have a provider who pours everything into bringing progress home. And it's not just some big name in a faraway glass tower. That provider is here. That provider is Beam. With local service and faster internet, the only place you're going is forward. And we're taking you there. Progress. Your Beam. Your way.
At Texas Roadhouse, we're famous for our hand-cut steaks, fall-off-the-bone ribs, made-from-scratch sides, ice-cold beer, and our irresistible fresh-baked bread. We take great care in everything we prepare, serve with big smiles at great value. Visit us at 2970 North Lake Parkway in Columbus or call ahead seating at 706-323-6616. Curbside takeout available too. We're proud to be your hometown favorite and are always focused on providing legendary food and legendary service. Texas Roadhouse.
Looking to update that hockey game day wardrobe? The best place to do that is to visit the online home for all River Dragons licensed apparel, ourdragonsmerch.com. With new designs coming out all the time and special promotional and sale offers always live, there's always a reason to check back to the site and score some new gear. Plus, lots of fun souvenirs and other knickknacks that make great gifts for all sorts of occasions. So get there to ourdragonsmerch.com, the official store for all team licensed apparel. That's ourdragonsmerch.com.
Here at the we're at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. My bad. I was looking at the home records and away records, which don't really mean too much here as we're at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. I'm Zach DeBozart. Happy to have you along here on the River Dragons Broadcast Network for this neutral site game between the River Dragons and the Thunderbirds. I was looking at the Civic Center records because, well, when you think about it, technically this is a home game for the Thunderbirds. However, both of these teams, I'm very much sure of it, in the near future are going to be booed by the Mississippi faithful as Southern rivals. Though with Carolina being designated as the home team tonight, their 4-3-1 home record comparatively to their 3-3-0 road record, I really don't know what to expect out of it here. Obviously, this is Carolina's first trip to the Mississippi Coast Coliseum, one of their longer trips on the year, to be quite honest with you, and that includes some times up here in the Northeast, having to go from Winston-Salem all the way here to the Mississippi Coast. That is about double-digit hours, at least according to Dylan Clark, who took the ride with the Carolina team and is broadcasting just from the other side of us over there over on the Thunderbirds Network. Carolina got in here last night, so it's a similar situation to what we saw between Columbus and Port Huron last time we were in here, where Port Huron had the night to sleep here in Biloxi and get on the ice a little bit early, where Columbus came down the same day of, much like last time. Will it be a repeat performance? Obviously, the Columbus River Dragons would like to hope not, because they are 0-1 in this building, a 1-4-1 away record, though again, that 1-4-1 technically counts for one game here in Biloxi. All things considered, though, a 7-5-2 record for the River Dragons, and as you heard us say during Inside the Lair with Josh Petrantonio, winners of 4 straight, and his line a big reason because of that. Petrantonio, Doe, and Bersani, both of the wingers, Petrantonio and Doe, are on 5-game goal streaks coming into today, And Hunter Bersani, plus 14 rating over his last 5 games. That shot guys up in plus minus and in points as well. Austin Doe has 9 of his 11 goals this season in the last 5 games. He has just been such a hot stick. And Petrantonio, the calming force, the captain, the leader out there on the ice. I mean, you can just see why it is such a good line out there. And we'll see how Carolina will be able to match it. We'll be waiting for lineups, news, and notes, but we understand that Carolina will be dressing down a little bit in terms of bodies, and Columbus might be as well. We have to see what the final rosters will bring us here, but it's going to be a very gritty game. It's not going to be, the most typical, hey, full bench, we're able to rotate lines. You're going to see some odd line combinations here and there, not only for Columbus, but for Carolina as well. So very interesting to see how both head coaches, Garrett Rutledge and Jerome Bichard, handle their lines, handle the fatigue and issues on the bench to get themselves in the best possible position to win today's game. Columbus right now sitting at third. That 4-game winning streak has them at 7-5-2 with 23 points, trying to reel in the Danbury Hat-Tricks and the Watertown Wolves. But on the other side of things, Carolina not too far behind. They're in fourth, only 2 points back. In fact, both these teams are on the same amount of games, so a 3-point win for Carolina actually vaults them over the River Dragons in the standings in tonight's game. Yes, it's still early season, but as we get closer to 2022, these games make the percentage points on your win, or point percentage, if you will, a lot harder to move the more games you rack up. So winning those early seasons makes you feel good, getting into that higher position, and makes you harder to move when we get down to the nitty-gritty come March and April. Obviously, still a lot of hockey left to play, but every game, as Petrantonio said in Inside the Lair, you got to come out and play. Any given team can win on any given day. And, well, we certainly hope for the River Dragons. They shake off the Biloxi woes from last time and come away with a victory here tonight. One more neutral site game coming up in this building. That's on December 30th when Columbus is hosted once again by Port Huron. River Dragons playing in all 3 games, but the road teams in each. Port Huron, they will get the finale here in Biloxi as the home team again on the 30th. Let's take another break. When we come back, we're going to do a Zelmo zip-in look around the league and also talk about the Southern Hockey scoreboard as we get you all set and ready for action. Fort Benning Harley-Davidson pregame show. Columbus, Carolina, live from Biloxi. What a sentence here on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
At the Country Inn and Suites by Radisson, you'll enjoy comfortable accommodations close to Columbus State University, Fort Benning, and of course, the River Dragons games. Conveniently located at 1720 Fountain Court in Columbus, you'll be minutes away from all your favorite Columbus destinations. Free high-speed Wi-Fi and hot breakfast always available too. So whether you're staying for business or for pleasure, make your next stay in Columbus a comfortable one at the official hotel partner of the River Dragons, Country Inn and Suites by Radisson.
We know that juicy, cheesy, grilled to perfection burger sounds amazing, but it does sound like something is missing. Pepsi, baby! The yin to this burger's yang. Burgers and Pepsi go together like burgers and Pepsi. This perfect blending of flavors makes every bite of lettuce, every sesame seed on the bun, and every sip of that crisp, refreshing, ice-cold cola a journey to Foodtopia. Burgers, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey cheesy crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously, but as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better. Oh yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Into the the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. I got to stop doing that. I'm in a weird situation here. Can't really look at the ice just yet because we're kind of cramped up here in this booth. We're here in the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. I'm going to get that right by the end of the night. Javaris, hold me to that. All right, Mississippi Coast Coliseum here. Columbus River Dragons. Carolina Thunderbirds will be in the Columbus Civic Center tomorrow night when these two teams finish up their 2-game weekend set. Until then, though, we're here in a neutral site game. Should be a lot of fun as the crowd continues to file in. Again, from what we've been told in terms of tickets out and from Biloxi General Manager Joe Pace, who will be suiting up for the Carolina Thunderbirds tonight as a bit of a celebrity player. More on that in a moment. we're expecting to see a record crowd here in the FPHL. The record is currently held by your Columbus River Dragons, the total of 5,000 and I want to say it's 31. It's just a hair over 5,000, and it was from Military Night on the first year when we took on the Danbury Hat-Tricks in February of 2020. How long ago that might have seemed. But here, the Biloxi franchise, or soon-to-be Biloxi franchise maybe, if the record crowd is to be believed, claims that they might have the record coming up tonight. We'll obviously see what happens as the Zambonis on the ice. Warm-ups are done, and we are just getting ourselves set and ready to go. Time to take a look around the FPHL, brought to you by Zelmo Zip-In. Zelmo's fueling life's passions. Because we are in the Central Time Zone, we have the latest start of the day. But let's take it back to Thursday night. Heck of a back and forth. Danbury jumped out to a very big lead Thursday night to start a 3-3 with the Port Huron Prowlers, and the Hat-Tricks were able to hold on to an 8-6 win despite some pushes from the Prowlers. Never got back within one goal, though, in periods 2 and 3. Heck of a game, and it turns us over into Friday, where they were the first game to start up at 7 o'clock. Prowlers and Hat-Tricks are through 20 minutes of play here on a Friday night. They are currently tied 2-2. Some goals late in the period to go back and forth. First, it was Danbury scoring with Dustin Jasso. That was 1-0 Hat-Tricks. Then Matt Graham on the power play answers right back, 1-1. Prowlers then take the lead at the 14-17 mark with the unassisted Alex Johnson goal. But with 19 seconds left in the first period of play, the Danbury Hat-Tricks get one through Gordy Bunnell, and it is 2-2 between the Hat-Tricks and the Prowlers there in Game 2 of that 3-game set. Elsewhere in the league, Binghamton Black Bears are at the Delaware Thunder. Remember, Delaware is looking for their first win of the season. Binghamton reeling a little bit after suffering a sweep in the Columbus Civic Center last weekend. So far in this one, they are about 6 minutes left to go in the first. Binghamton has the 1-0 lead through Gino D'Angelo with an assist to Kyle Stevens, the 10:26 mark. Binghamton leads in shots big right now by a tally of 16-6. And of course here, Columbus and Carolina from the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. That will start up in, let's call it about 10-15 minutes time. That's our Zelmo Zip-In look around the FPHL. Zelmo is the official fuel provider of the Columbus River Dragons. Now over to the SPHL, where we had a full slate of games. Unfortunately, some unfavorable ice conditions in Knoxville have postponed the game between the Macon Mayhem and the Knoxville Ice Bears. I'm sure that game will be rescheduled probably later on, closer to the springtime, just when you look at the SPHL schedule, how congested it might get down the stretch. But that's not for us to decide. That's for them. Macon and Knoxville is off tonight. Roanoke is up 2-0 already on Evansville with a second period just about to start there over at the Berglund Center. Then we've got games in the Central Time Zone, or, hey, our time zone. At the top of the hour, it's Pensacola at Huntsville. Then at the 10, it's Peoria at Quad City. And then at the bottom of the hour, 8:30 East, 7:30 Central, Fayetteville is at Birmingham. That makes Vermilion County the 11th team without a date here tonight. That's your Southern Hockey scoreboard. Let's go ahead and take another break. When we come back, let's see if we can't find out where those starting lineups are and tell you who's starting for tonight's game. Plus, we'll give you all the rosters notes as well. A new River Dragon to tell you about in the lineup, too. Comes up after this on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
At Fort Benning Harley-Davidson, we can tell you that we have the largest selection of Harleys in Georgia, but you should really see for yourself. Our showroom is packed with a sea of motorcycles, over 100 Harleys to choose from. We've got a Harley for all size people and all size budgets. Good credit or bad, it's no problem. Come see why Fort Benning Harley-Davidson is the fastest growing dealer in Georgia. Fort Benning Harley-Davidson, Williams Road in Columbus. FortBenningHD.com.
The benefits of a Kinetic membership extend far beyond convenient banking solutions, competitive rates, and financial advice. Kinetic Credit Union focuses on the unique needs of our members while supporting and improving their lives. At Kinetic Credit Union, they recognize that your financial goals are unique. That's why we're offering the Smart Steps Financial Education Program, a personalized learning experience to help you plan around your individual financial situation and aspirations. Kinetic Credit Union.
Before you know it, the weather will get warmer and baseball will be right around the corner. So book your summer weekends early by purchasing a Flight Club membership with the Columbus Chattahoots. Flight Club members receive tickets to every home game at Golden Park as the Hoots try and go back to the championship series in 2022. Plus, more awesome perks for all of our members. Visit GoHoots.com to get started on securing your membership for the 2022 Sun Belt Baseball League season. Or call the offices at 706-507-4625.
Welcome back into the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. River Dragons and Thunderbirds. Zamboni is on the ice and just about to make its way off, which means we are almost ready to get some hockey played here at the Coliseum. Do not have the starting lineups just yet. They're being passed around a very crowded press box over to our right. And, of course, the Carolina Thunderbirds broadcast staff here, too. We all have to share and take our turns. So a little bit delayed here on the starting laps. We'll get those to you in just a moment. We can tell you, though, about some new River Dragons and new Thunderbirds in the lineup for their respective teams. First for Carolina, they've got two, I guess you could call them celebrity players, if you will. Justin Barr out of Chicago. He has last played in the SPHL back in the 2013-14 season, but he was a favorite here in Mississippi. So Justin Barr, he's going to throw on the Thunderbirds threads tonight. He'll be wearing the number 9 jersey. And then, well, just crowd favorite wherever he goes. FPHL, menace, heel, whatever you want to call him, but he's a showman, that's for sure. Joe Pace is actually suiting up for the Carolina Thunderbirds tonight. He'll be dressed in the number 4 jersey. That might be a little tricky for us to remember just because we're so used to seeing Pace in the number 13, but of course that's worn by Thunderbirds' favorite Victor Grebennikov, so it might be a little difficult for us to remember that Pace 4 when that number association, and let's be honest, seeing him in black and white and silver versus seeing him in the red and white of Carolina is going to be all kinds of strange, but hey, that's just who he is, a heck of a showman, and he's been very much involved here in Biloxi to help bring tickets, bring hockey back, bring excitement to this arena. It's going to be a lot of fun. Over on the River Dragons side of things, only one change to make mention. Because the River Dragons are wearing specialty jerseys and the numbers kind of were already set up, right now the River Dragons have 2 number 5s. Alex Morrow, former Menor Icebreaker, was signed. The Westerville, Ohio native has about 90 pro games under his belt. However, he'll be playing for the first time here in 21-22 as a member of the River Dragons. Signed this morning in advance of getting on the bus and getting here to Biloxi. Morrow was going to wear the number 5 jersey that Oleg Shapitsin would have been in. Unfortunately, could not make this trip, could not get up here, and because the specialty jerseys were already in and ordered, it was kind of the number that was available. So Morrow will be wearing the number 5 jersey, and that's why you see his name on the Dash site. Download the Dash app, free on all Android and iOS devices. Bid on your favorite player's jersey. Ugly sweaters being worn tonight and tomorrow at the Columbus Civic Center. All the proceeds help out the Ronald McDonald House Charities of West Georgia, and a big hand to the Peasold family and all the Chattahoochee Valley area McDonald's and Q1073 for helping us out with that great cause. Again, download the Dash app, DASH. Free on all Android and iOS devices. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification on the Columbus River Dragons radio network.
You're listening to River Dragons Hockey on WKCN HD2 Fort Benning South, Columbus, and W295AY Crystal Valley. 106.9 really rocks.
As we get ourselves ready for the River Dragons and the Thunderbirds, we see Santa Claus getting ready to drop the ceremonial first puck, as we can see from down into the tunnels from high atop here in the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Should be a lot of fun. The pregame festivities are almost ready to start up, but from here in the Harvey Lumber broadcast booth, we are going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have those starting lineups for you and get you all set for the Sun South John Deere first period next on the Columbus River Dragons broadcast network.
Gulf Eagle Supply specializes in servicing the professional roofing contractor and also provides a variety of products and services to the homeowner, building owner, architect, and general contractor. Our goal to the contractor is not only to provide competitive material pricing, but also to help them build their business and assist in their success. We do this with knowledgeable sales personnel and through our core values. As we say, Gulf Eagle, we got a solution for that. Call us today at 706-550-1555. Gulf Eagle Supply.
Who wants a copy when you can own the real thing? At Heckler & Koch, the foundation for everything we do is an unswerving commitment to excellence. Shooters of Columbus at 4445 Milton Road is your local area premium stocking dealer for all your favorite Heckler & Koch products. They also have an indoor range with rentals available, from rifles and pistols to ammo and holsters. There's no better choice in the firearm business than Heckler & Koch.
Vectorply is a world leader in development, manufacturing, and distribution of composite reinforcement materials for any and all projects you might have. Headquartered right here in Phoenix City, Vectorply prides itself on providing superior and timely customer service for all their customers' inquiries. No project is too big or too small for Vectorply. For more information on what they can do for you and your project, visit Vectorply.com. That's VECTORPLY.com. And get started on your next big project today.
Looking to bring the whole crew out to a game? Group nights are for you. Groups of 10 or more get special ticket pricing and exclusive merchandise and experience add-ons that will make your game at the Civic Center a night to remember. For more information on group rates and packages, visit ourdragons.com/tickets or call our ticketing manager at 706-940-0476. Ask about all the great perks we can provide your group. Work friends, family functions, there's no group too big for us to handle, but it starts by visiting ourdragons.com/tickets.
Here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum, River Dragons and Thunderbirds almost ready to drop puck to ice here on the Mississippi coast. Well, we walked over to the off-ice officials area here at the Coliseum, and they didn't have starting lineups either. And if they don't have it, that means the PA announcer doesn't have it. So it might just be anybody's guess who is starting tonight. We can tell you from our conversations with Carolina and what we witnessed during warm-ups, our goaltender matchup tonight brought to you by Kinetic Credit Union. Save more with Kinetic and follow us on YouTube every week for the Saves of the Week, brought to you by them. The River Dragons will start in net. Looks like number 31, Bailey McBurney. He led the team out for warm-ups and was the first one off the ice. That usually is a good indication that he is the starting netminder. Again, we don't have that officially confirmation, just what our eyes and what our hockey instincts tell us. Bailey McBurney, the Beverly, Massachusetts native, 2-2-1 record, .916 save percentage, and a 3.11 goals against. He'll be going up against Chris Paulin. This one's an easy decision for the Carolina Thunderbirds staff, we were been told, because the backup tonight is General Manager Kelly Curl. Kind of an emergency situation where Kelly Curl had to sign himself just to basically be on the bench and be an emergency situation type thing. But Chris Paulin with a 3-0-1 record, 882 save percentage, and a 3.8 goals against. That's your goaltending matchup tonight. Chris Paulin against McBurney. That is a couple of 31s going at each other. Again, we do not have the starting lineups here because they've not been actually passed up to the very top. It's a long hike to get up to the very top of the press box. We figured it would have been sent digitally, but I guess somebody's doing some stat running. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that, but I guess we'll be surprised as you are when it comes to who's in the starting lineup tonight. Did mention Alex Morrow is the new River Dragons signee. Westerville, Ohio native, former Menor icebreaker, played about 90 or so games with the Menor team before they unfortunately folded as part of the COVID restrictions and COVID season all happened there. It was tough for the league, obviously, losing a bit of that Midwestern footprint, but he was just about a half point per game, playing between forward and defense for the Icebreakers in the time that he was there. He'll be making his 2021-22 season debut here with Columbus tonight, wearing the number 5 jersey. Over on the Carolina side of things, Justin Barr, former Mississippi player, SPHL old-timer, if you will. He's wearing number 9 tonight. And Joe Pace, the ultimate Fed guy, if you will. Big-time showman, really helping out here in Biloxi to help sell the team and bring in what, again, he claims is going to be a record crowd. It's going to break that River Dragons record from back a couple of years ago in February against Danbury on Military Night, that 5,000 plus. He thinks they might touch 6,000 tonight. Time will tell, but the crowd filling in looks very strong, much stronger than it did at this point last time we were here. And remember, last time we were here was a Thursday and still listed out at 4,300. The Mississippi Coast Coliseum is quite phenomenal. It's a very big building, seats 9,100 for hockey, but seats up to 5 digits when it comes to shows and other things as well. The River Dragons are out onto the ice, and we will be soon having the Thunderbirds out on the ice as well. But let's call this our final break. When we come back, let's have the starting lineups of the puck drop, I guess. If they come to us, we'll find out. But this is the end of the Fort Benning Harley-Davidson pregame show on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
You've been listening to the Fort Benning Harley-Davidson pregame show on 106.9 Really Rocks. The call of the game is just moments away after we pause for a short break on the River Dragons Broadcast Network.
Let Shredaway, a division of the Overby Company, take care of all your document shredding needs. We can design a custom shredding program for your business today. No need to purchase equipment, no maintenance expenses, no need to prepare records for destruction, increase employee productivity, increase security, no worry. Was it really destroyed? Right now, all new customers can receive 10% off. Shredaway, a division of the Overby Company, locally owned and operated in downtown Columbus. That's Shredaway, 706-577-9668.
At Southern States Bank, the common sense bank, we're a true community bank that supports the places we serve. Our people live, work, and play in your community, and you will find us cheering for the River Dragons right alongside you in the stands. With convenient locations throughout Alabama and Georgia, we're never too far away to handle any of your financial concerns. Call, click, or come by and see how we can help you make sense out of your banking. Visit us online at southernstatesbank.net. Southern States Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. NMLS number 410611.
Dressing for success is as easy as 1, 2, 3 with Wade Cleaners. Drop off your garment at any one of their 5 convenient branches or call their valet manager to pick them up. Go do something fun. Walk your dog, eat a hot fudge sundae, or go to a movie. Leave the dirty laundry to them. Pick up your professionally cleaned garments or have them delivered at no additional charge to your home or office. Yes, you too can dress for success with Wade Cleaners. Oh, and don't forget the little people as you move up in the world.
If you're looking for quality dental work, look no further than Largeman Dental in Columbus, the River Dragons' trusted oral care provider. Largeman Dental provides cleaning services, restorative work, cosmetics, prosthetics, and Invisalign braces too. Dr. Largeman has over 19 years of clinical experiences in all phases of dentistry and holds memberships in 4 different esteemed dental societies. Set your next appointment by calling 706-322-6581 or visit them online at largemandental.com.
The King Claw is one of the most popular destinations for seafood enthusiasts. King Claw is inspired by the Viet Cajun elegance of boil and bag seafood that holds all the juicy flavor of the ocean. Then we add our very own unique mixture of the best spices that take the taste to another level. We can confirm that you won't find our flavor anywhere else. We collect the freshest seafood, prepare them as you order, and we encourage you to grab your hand in the bag to enjoy the heavenly taste of our signature seafood combinations. We believe that having quality and fresh foods with friends and family is the best feeling in the world. Come, open up a bag and enjoy the best seafood in town where the ultimate juiciness waits for you. Call 706-507-3845 to order.
Stay up to date with everything Columbus River Dragons by following the team on social media. Stay in the know with all the team news on Facebook and Instagram. Get live in-game updates via Twitter. And of course, catch every game on the YouTube page. Following is easy. Search at @C_River Dragons on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. It's never been easier to stay in the loop with your favorite hockey team, so what's stopping you? Drop us a fun comment or send us a message, and we may just feature you on the feeds. That's C_River Dragons on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube.
It's time for River Dragons hockey. Tonight's game is brought to you by Sun South John Deere, Houston Clinic, Burger King, West Georgia Oral and Facial Surgery, Country Inn and Suites, Buffalo Rock, Pepsi Cola, John Emerald Distilling, Wade Cleaners, and B&B Broadcasting. Now let's start the game with the voice of River Dragons hockey, Zach DeBozart.
Our national anthem has been sung, and we are ready to play some hockey here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Zach DeBozart. Happy to have you along here on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network. 4 stations across West Georgia and East Alabama, and of course, right here on the YouTube page. Hey, give us a like, give us a subscribe, comment in the live chat as well. It's going to be a lot of fun here tonight between these two teams. We were able to pick up the starting lineups. We have Bailey McBurney starting in net for the River Dragons. McBurney, a 2-2-1 record, .916 save percentage, and a 3.11 goals against. The defense in front of him, Adam Vanelli and Paul Fraziot. Fraziot, by the way, played last night in Macon for the Fayetteville Marksmen, so he's already got a game under his belt this weekend. He's feeling pretty good and ready to go. And of course, the starting line. Hey, did you expect anybody else? Hottest line in the Fed right now, for my money. Hunter Bersani in the middle of Austin Doe and Josh Petrantonio. Both Petrantonio and Doe are on a 5-game goal streak. Taking a look over at the Thunderbirds side of things, they will put in net number 31, Chris Paulin, the Lockport, New York native, has 3 wins on the year, .882 save percentage, and a 3.8 goals against. The defense in front of him, number 13, Victor Grebennikov, and number 19, Cody Oakes. The forward line, quite formidable. Gus Ford, John Butita, and Jacob Schnapp. Remember, Schnapp made his FPHL debut in the Civic Center. All he did was score 2 goals in a Thunderbirds win and was named first star of that game. You know the River Dragons are going to keep their eyes on him. Thunderbirds left to right across your radio dial and TV screens in the white Scripton State jerseys, black helmets and pants, red numbers with Chris Paulin manning the pipes to our left. River Dragons in the ugly sweater blacks with red secondaries and black helmets. They go right to left. Bailey McBurney's over in the crease to our right. Puck is down. We are underway here in the Sun South John Deere first period. Carolina wins it. Butita played it off an odd part of the half board, and Frazier will shoot that one down ice. No icing. As they say, the Thunderbirds could have touched that one. Cody Oakes rims this one around. Austin Doe plays that one back up to the top. Left point held in by Frazier, and a backhand flip goes behind the Carolina net. Cody Oakes gets staple gun there to the boards by Petrantonio. This one gets worked around to the far side wall. Butita lost it in his feet. Austin Doe will come check him. Kicked there by Butita around behind the net. Oakes getting some more abuse behind the goal line. Was able to work a pass up to Jacob Schnapp. Schnapp's pass intercepted by Frazier. Hopped off his stick awkwardly. Butita and his stick gets swept into the corner as that puck goes away with it through Vanelli. Frazier will rim this one around. Teams trying to change behind this. Here's MJ Graham out for his first shift of the night. Both teams finish up their change. The puck goes to the near side, and here's George Holt dumping it in for Carolina. Holt rims this one around, hits the kick plate weird. Oakes to the middle. Good stick right there by Frazier. He found it. Now he's got numbers if he hustles up on the play. Frazier gains the red. He flips it in. He's near the end of his shift. Dumped into the left wing corner. Holt with it there. Fakes one way. Goes the other. He gets checked there by MJ Graham, but it's behind the net for Emil Talipov. Rimmed around. Daniel Martin had his stick lifted. Right point held in. Shot. That one sticked away by Paulin into the near side corner. First shot on goal of the game. I guess they say it belongs to Carolina. We'll get that fixed, I'm sure, on the board. George Holt in his own corner, far side, rims it up that wall. Held in right point. Shot gets blocked in front before it could reach the netminder by Talipov, and he backhand flips that one out to center. Talipov collects it back, goes D to D as both teams are in the midst of changes. 18-20 left to go here in the Sun South John Deere first period. No score here in this neutral site game between Carolina and Columbus. Zach Sargis plays that to the far wall. Now moving it up the top here. Finding it is Barr. Barr tries to come in on a backhand, and he just sent that one wide on the pass. Noah Doyle chases after that. His counterpart, number 4, Pace, watches in after him. And Carolina will take it back in the neutral zone. Zach Sargis, a backhand flip, and Barr dumps that into the zone. At the side of the net, McBurney lays it off there. Nicoletti hard on the forecheck, finishes his hit, and this one will be chipped out to center. Too far past the new River Dragon, Alex Morrow, and the Thunderbirds will play it back out. Long bit of end-to-end play here already to start this first period of play. We're already 2.5 minutes gone. Couple of shots, still looking for our first goal. Petrantonio lays it back to the Columbus defense. Frazier's outlet gets knocked into the zone by Ford. Delayed offsides. Carolina had to touch up, and the River Dragons will try it again. Bersani kicks that into the zone. Grebennikov first with it on the near side circle. Takes it back from behind his own net. Bersani finishes his hit big on the Russian there. And Schnapp from the red line will flip that one at McBurney, and at the side of the net, he decided better against playing it. Ford with it up the wall. Left point held in by Oakes on the backhand. Oakes will rim this one around. Vanelli keeps it going that way on the near side, picked up by Petrantonio. Petrantonio backhand up for Doe. He gets away from Butita's stick lift. Doe with it, left wing circle, and Grebennikov runs him out of room right along the goal line. Petrantonio backhand wraparound attempt, and that one goes through the crease, cleared by the Carolina defense. Here's Schnapp with this. Right wing side, tries to play that in. It goes off of Vanelli, knocked around bodies. Ford with it, right circle, tries to deke outside to in, and a good stick by Vanelli knocks that back out to neutral ice. 16:35 left to go here in the first. We're still looking for a whistle. These teams end to end. The stamina, the legs being tested here early in Biloxi. Look out, here's a puck loose in the slot. MJ Graham with it, left wing circle. Graham gets around one. That's Talipov trying to find some space, and Talipov recovered. Got his stick in the shooting lane. Schnapp skates this one out to center. Big check laid onto him by Krupp. It'll roll harmlessly to McBurney. He'll cover up for a whistle, and now we will get our first other face-off other than the opener here in the game. 16-12 to go in the first. No score between Columbus and Carolina here from the Mississippi coast. I want to wish our best out there to River Dragons president and general manager Scott Brand was feeling a little bit under the weather today. We were told, not COVID, not contagious. He's all good, just feeling a little rough and could not make the trip. That's why don't have him on the broadcast with us. Just want to let you know, Scotty, we're thinking about you. Fast recovery, and who knows, maybe we'll see or hear from him in some way on Saturday. Only time will tell. A little bit of a delay here as there is a discussion at the Columbus bench. Jerome Bichard speaking with a referee and a linesman. The linesman more playing security than anything else. Discussion over, and now we'll get a face-off coming to the left of McBurney. Carolina wins it. Martin works it down underneath the net there for Dawson Baker. Baker with it, left wing circle, skates it out, fires, and McBurney makes a save right on the chest and swallows that one up for the whistle. 16:10 left to go here in the first. Still no score between the River Dragons and the Thunderbirds here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. We had so much time. That first sequence took so long. Didn't get a chance to tell you. Our referees tonight are Crable and Holvig, and man in the lines tonight are Campbell and Fulks. This one an effort. Columbus holds it in. Krupp gets it across. Williamson right circle, and he bobbled it. Couldn't pull the trigger. Backdoor from behind the net, and Krupp had that one go through his stick at the wrong time with Paulin down and out. Back the other way. Here comes Jackson Tucker. He has his stick lifted. Here's Williamson with an open right wing. 3-on-1 as he hits the line. Williamson right circle fires on a glove save. Made there by Paulin. Didn't go down too early. Krupp an effort across the crease, and inadvertently kicking the net off there was Paulin as he had to dodge his own teammate, and that net came off real quick behind him. We'll get an offensive zone draw coming up for Columbus and a held bench for Carolina. Interesting call right there with the goaltender ended up knocking it off, but I guess there was a player in close enough vicinity. They said it was caused by a Carolina skater. So River Dragons will be able to change. Carolina will not. 15:42 left to go here in the first. Shots even 2 apiece on the Heckler & Koch shot counter here in the building. Heckler & Koch, why own a copy when you can own the real thing? Face-off coming to the right of Paulin. It'll be Baker taking this one against Bersani. Bersani directing some traffic. He tries to tie up. Baker gets the better of that into the corner for Carolina. Doe ties up with his man Sargis. It's rimmed around, hits the stanchion weird. Doyle holds in high slot, but then put it right back onto the stick of Pace, who clears it out. It's a 2-on-0 the other way. What in the world? Baker fires, fakes. What a save, McBurney! Oh, Baker had everybody, including myself, believing that was the shot, and McBurney held with him. An absolute robbery with the left pad keeps this game scoreless. Defensive breakdown to be sure, but great goaltending on the back end. Now here's Barr trying to get around Doyle. He holds his ground on the near side boards. Bersani lays that one back to the D. Petrantonio will touch it in and start up the change here for Columbus. 5 minutes gone here in the first. Definite grade A scoring chance number 1 in this game belongs to the Birds. Here's Peavy with a head of steam as he gains the red line. Tries to play it in. He hits Morrow with the puck. Armstrong has it on the backhand, and he'll just chip it into the zone for Columbus. Paulin from behind his own net. Backhand and reverses it from whence it came. On the near side boards, Oakes tried to flip it out. Held in. Here's Dalton Anderson, left wing circle. Fire stick save made there by Paulin. Seen it through traffic. Anderson working it behind the net to Morrow. Chance there at the side of the net, and Anderson couldn't pull the trigger or find the angle. Morrow, big hit onto a man as he sits down. Peavy, crowd oohs and ahs on that one. Oakes tries to flip it out. Another weird stanchion hit, but it falls into the path of Nicoletti, who will gain the red line, try and dump it in. Held in at the Columbus blue. And now here's Fraziot trying to work it ahead, but now the River Dragons are changing for themselves. So there's going to be a little bit of time here to set this one up. MJ Graham, a backhand flip off the far side wall. The River Dragons finish their change. Holt, backhand, moonshot there, just does get it out. And the Columbus defense will take it back over. Graham turned over there by Gus Ford. Those two go at it in a race, and then Graham butt bump there into Butita, wins the puck back for the River Dragons. Ozelinch moves this one up. Here's Jake Krupp, takes a hit, but dumps it in from the red line. And now Oakes from behind the net, turned over by Graham. Williamson an effort, save made Paulin. Rebounds to loose side of the net, bounced into the crease, and Paulin jumped on it there, and we get our first media timeout of the period. 13:40 to go in the first. Still looking for our first one, but the team's energetic as you like here at Mississippi, Columbus, Carolina, on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
You put off tough jobs on your property? Maybe it's debris that needs moving, a driveway that needs grading, or even fence posts that need to be set. Come see us at Sun South. We have John Deere equipment ready to tackle any project on your property. And during our year-end sales event, you can get 0% financing for 72 months on select John Deere tractors. So why wait to tackle projects on your property? Find your John Deere at Sun South. Equipment for those that do.
Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer expires December 31st, 2021.
here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. River Dragons and Thunderbirds scoreless with 13:40 left to go in the Sun South John Deere first period. Dragons having the better of play here in the last couple of minutes, showing on the shot counter as well, 5-3. They lead right now for Carolina. Thunderbirds, though, had a grade A 2-0 scoring chance, and right now, save of the game, easily a strong contender for Bailey McBurney, as he was able to stop a 2-0 from Dawson Baker, who could not get it out past Doyle, but River Dragons will recollect right at the red line. Doyle will shoot that one in. Rims around the boards. Joe Pace with it on the far wall for Carolina. Martin chips it out to center. Collected right back by the Columbus defense. Schmidt on the backhand. Sends it into the left wing corner off glass. Collecting this one is Sargis. He's tied up immediately by Jagger Williamson. MJ Graham trying to help out as well. Still loose in the feet as they're battling the left wing circle. Back into the corner. Graham gets in front of Joe Pace. Pace all over his back trying to agitate him. Graham cuts it left circle with some space to Williamson. All across, all alone, fires and couldn't send it in the bar. Oh, he just put it high over the net. Had Paulin down and out with all kinds of patience. And here comes Carolina back the other way. Dawson Baker, left wing circle, trying to dance around Schmidt. Sends it across the crease and a pad save. Had to be made by McBurney. Chances at each end, but still nothing to show for it as we remain scoreless. Noah Doyle will take his time behind the Columbus net, looking to set this up. Carolina right now in a 2-3 trap. They'll pass it up the right wing side. Here's Petrantonio with speed over the line, 3-on-3. Petrantonio, right wing, hash marks, pass across, went through Austin Doe. Bersani gets tied up there with Holt. They go checking into the hash marks, and now Doe will have it and lose it as he overskated the puck. Oakes from behind the net. Oh, Doe read that one for a moment. Now Blake Peavy will take it away. Give it back to Grebennikov. Carolina trying to escape out of their own zone now. They'll just dump it up ahead. Icing not on. They say it took a touch, so McBurney's going to come out and play it in the corners. This one gets rimmed all the way around. Peavy tried a shot from an acute angle to hash marks, and he took some abuse because of it. Has to go recollect his stick. Dumped down. Nicoletti has it in the Carolina end. Passes it along the near side boards. It's behind Barr. Eventually reaches him. Petrantonio tries to lift a stick. Barr still with it. Left circle pass. Grebennikov and a glove save made there by McBurney. And he will get the whistle with 11:45 and counting. Oh, there we go. Maybe 2 seconds ran off that clock. We'll hope that doesn't come into play later on at the end of this period. 11:43 officially left to go here in the first. No score. Columbus and Carolina here in Biloxi. Face off to the right of McBurney. Carolina wins it. Shot from the left point, Talipov. That's an effort there by Schnapp on the backhand, and it's sticked away from the slot by McBurney. Pass to the middle. Ford has it in his feet. Couldn't find it. He was looking all around for it. Talipov holds in left point. Takes a shot there from Armstrong for his efforts, but it's still in the zone for the Thunderbirds. Ford pushing on the back of Ozelinch there. That's a big man to try and move. Along the near side wall, Morrow just able to work it out. Pass to an open wing. Finds Ozelinch off the wall. He'll take it back for a little support. D to D across for Grade, and now into the near side. Morrow chips that into the zone. Holt first on it there for the Thunderbirds. Schnapp has it here. Cross ice pass in the neutral zone. Butita now up ahead. Head manning it is Ford. Ford right circle. Nice deke around one. Gets to the middle. Backhand. Great save made by McBurney. Getting back to his far post and not falling for any of the stick work. Now Carolina still with it here on the near side circle. Butita with it. On the backhand, eludes one man, has it, high slot, fires, deflects, save made, 2 in tight there on the tip. Looked like that was Schnapp trying to screen McBurney. Columbus 2-on-2, but they want to change up, so it'll be dumped into the zone here by Jagger Williamson. Behind the net, Zach Sargis with it. He'll drop it from behind the net to Joe Pace. Plays that one off the near wall. Head manning up. Here's some space. Here's Tucker. Right circle. Closed down immediately by Vanelli. And the pass was behind Martin. Now we're going end to end. Here's MJ Graham. A tip from the right side of red. No icing. First on it there in the corner anyways. Graham spins away from Joe Pace. Another effort. Across crease. Krupp fires side of the net. That was an incredible pass. Somehow Paulin didn't get a touch on it. But Krupp just ran out of room and couldn't put that one between the posts. Now Krupp from behind the net on the backhand, works it along the wall. Dawson Baker intercepts it, rims it around to the near side. MJ Graham first on it there, getting checked into the wall. Looks like that's Bersani, and it's picked out of feet by Baker. Baker skates this one out for Carolina halfway through this first period of play, still looking for our first goal. Baker stood up there by Vanelli as he was trying to go into the slot. Those two tangle. Meanwhile, left circle, Martin has it behind the net for Baker. Baker with it on the forehand. Left wing side, he's at the hash marks with it. Trying to look for a pass. Cycles it down to Martin again. Now cross ice feed. Right point. Held in by Grebennikov. Kicked it to his stick. Played down to the corner. Behind the net. Collected there by Tucker. Tried to reverse it back to that near side. And nobody was home in a white jersey. Here's Jay Krupp. Nice evasion there on Daniel Martin. Gains the red. Flips it in. And Columbus in the midst of a wholesale change here. 9:22 to go in period one. Still no score. Carolina and Columbus. Grebennikov takes his time. Hunter Bersani has lost his stick out of all that. He has to come to the bench. Petrantonio turned him over. One-on-one here against Oaks. Petrantonio gets around him. Right circle. Drops it back. Doe waits. Oh, and he ran out of room. He couldn't pull the trigger. Doe was looking for his 6th goal in as many games, and he couldn't find the handle. Paulin's helmet comes off in the ensuing scrum, and we get a whistle and immediate timeout. 9:02 left to go in the first. 30 seconds, and we're back here on the River Dragons Radio Network.
Benefits of a Kinetic membership extend far beyond convenient banking solutions, competitive rates, and financial advice. Kinetic Credit Union focuses on the unique needs of our members while supporting and improving their lives. At Kinetic Credit Union, they recognize that your financial goals are unique. That's why we're offering the Smart Steps Financial Education Program, a personalized learning experience to help you plan around your individual financial situation and aspirations. Kinetic Credit Union.
Welcome back in here to the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. River Dragons and Thunderbirds scoreless. 9:02 left to go in the first. And kudos to both netminders. Bailey McBurney and Chris Paulin have been phenomenal in this one. I'll say McBurney, the better save so far, but Paulin, perhaps the better reactions. There's been all kinds of chaos, all sorts of one-on-one opportunities in front of him, and he has been tall enough to the task. Couple of angles maybe missed, couple of shots not pulled, but Paulin's made his saves just like McBurney has had, and it's been a defensive showcase here in the first half of the first period. From Zach DeBozart, face-off coming to the left of Paulin. Anderson ties up, wins it to the center point. Ozelinch can't hold it in. It came out over the blue, and Columbus will have to evacuate. Pass over to the left wing side. Morrow flips that one towards net, and it will be gloved there by Paulin. And he will take another whistle. 8:51 to go here in the first. No score. Columbus and Carolina. Shots even at 8 apiece. I'll give you some sort of idea as to what we're dealing with here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. There's really only one main suite broadcast booth, and both production teams are really sharing it. So myself and Dylan Clark, a little bit out of our elements. I'm amongst the crowd here, and then Dylan's kind of away from the play. He said, farthest I've ever been away from it. So we apologize if things look a little hairy here, but hey, we're doing our best. High slot, firing a shot. Vanelli and a blocker save made there by Paulin, and that one will pop up out of play and into the crowd, and we will get a whistle. 8:38 to go in period one. Still no score, Columbus and Carolina. It's a great view up here, do not get me wrong. The Mississippi Coast Coliseum definitely offers some of the best vantage points. But myself, I'm here amongst the people. I can come up, shake my hand. I see a couple executives from each team coming up and down, doing a little bit of crowd work here, so I'm expecting a visitor pretty soon. Shot from the right point, right off the draw, and Paulin makes the easy save. That was Vanelli firing another one in at the Carolina netminder. 8:33 left to go in period one, and still no score, Columbus and Carolina. Another face-off to the left of Paulin, won by Columbus. Vanelli, D-to-D, Fraziot, a shot, glove save, rebound loose, Petrantonio kicked out by Paulin, and he holds his pad on that near side post. That close for Petrantonio to have a 6-game goal streak, and just could not get it over the pillow. Paulin, again, the better reactions, the better improv work, if you will. Hey, sometimes he's been flopping in that crease, just trying to make the save any way he can, and right there, he keeps it scoreless. As 8:27 now remains here in the first. Columbus starting to take a decided advantage in shots, 12-8. They win yet another draw. Williamson to Ozelinch left point. This one gets rimmed around by Graham. Williamson checked in the corner there by Sargis as those two cancel out. MJ Graham taken down there by Baker. A backhand flip is weak, but eventually found by Joe Pace off the stanchion, and Tucker has it in neutral ice. Tucker nearly had his stick lifted there by Krupp. MJ Graham tied up a pass, and now here's Jagger Williamson. He hits his man into the boards there. That's Martin. Pass across, and it'll be dumped down into the Carolina zone. Sea Wolves is the chant here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. McBurney has it in the crease. He will cover it up, and we'll get a whistle. 7:54 to go here in period one. Still no score. Columbus and Carolina. Both teams opt to change lines. Face-off coming to the right of McBurney. Williamson v. Baker on this draw. Williamson will win it. Doyle along his own goal line. Skates it to the far side boards, chips that one out towards center. Grebennikov was looking over his head for it, stumbled, and Krupp from just outside the blue will dump it into the zone. Oakes with it on the far corner. He sends it around. Grebennikov near circle with it. Good head man pass, finds Daniel Martin over to the right wing for Jackson Tucker. Tucker dropping it back. Baker, high slot, good active stick right there by Williamson. Takes it away and springs 3-on-2 for the Dragons. Right wing side, Graham's in over the line. Pass back, left circle. Here's Krupp. Waits, Deeks, backhand, tries to pull it across. Ran out of room, has it back behind the net. Worked it up to the right point, but Doyle cheated up on the play, so that point is empty. One-on-one back, here's Baker. Baker, right circle with it. Fires and just missed wide of that far post, and then he was dumped down there by Schmidt. Schmidt looking for a fight there at the end of that. He was expecting somebody to come in for Baker. Nobody did. Schmidt will have it here on the near side circle. Dodges away from Butita and skates this one up ice. 6:58 to go here in the first. Still looking for our first goal between Carolina and Columbus. Graham chips that one only to the Carolina blue. Holt for Ford, chipped into the zone. Racing after it is Frazier. He'll be first on it with Ford in chase. Frazier checked into the wall there by Ford. Some more oohs and ahs from this crowd. Frazier tries to rim it around. Vanelli and Frazier playing a little catch inside that far corner, trying to work it out. Eldon left point as it moves up the wall there by Talipov. Vanelli back around the wall. Here's Armstrong on the far wall. Armstrong across, hits Morrow in stride left wing. He's one-on-one with Holt. Morrow firing a shot to the middle. Holt got a block on that. Nobody home, and an ugly sweater to try and tap that one home. Right point and effort, and that one kicked away by Paul, and that was Vanelli letting another one go. Talipov with it behind the net. 6:13 left to go in period one. Scoreless between the Thunderbirds and the Dragons. Schnapp, good head fake around one. 2-on-1 back. The line change helps out Columbus defensively. Good poke right there by Doyle. Knocks it off Schnapp's stick as he slowed up. Now a headman pass to Morrow as Columbus is changing. Morrow, nice deke around one. That was Sargis. Backhand across the crease, and Paulin was happy to let it go by him. Into that near side wall. Schnapp checks Petrantonio. Those two are tumbling awkwardly. Bersani works it back. Now here comes Columbus into the zone again with Austin Doe, and offsides as Doe made one too many moves at the blue line, and we will get a whistle and a face-off right in front of the Carolina bench. 5:44 left to go here in the first. Still no score. Columbus and Carolina. Peavy to take this draw here against Bersani. Bersani will win it. And a D-to-D pass along the Columbus blue line. Ozelinch works it into the near side wall. Behind the net, Joe Pace has it here for Carolina. Doe read it, kicked it back behind the net. Zach Sargis now tangles up with Doe. Sargis trying to box him out. Dangerous pass to the middle, and Peavy was able to bail him out. Nicoletti, stick lifted by Petrantonio. All sorts of chaos in the corner. That one will be worked and rimmed around by Baker. And now paying it back to the left point. Bersani covering. Couldn't hold, or did hold it in, but then Peavy knocked it around him. 2-on-1 if Carolina hustles. Peavy going across, and Bersani, good back check. Grade, good positioning. Takes away the pass and nullifies that chance. Moving it up the far wall. Petrantonio whiffed on it, but was able to get out anyways. Doe trying to send it across to Ozelinch, just a little out of his range. And the geometry falls for Grebennikov. Here comes Victor Grebennikov for the Thunderbirds. Right wing circle on the backhand. Ozelinch watching after him. He stumbles there, caught a little bit of a nasty rut along the kick plate. And Frazier tried to play it off glass and ended up coming right back to him. He thought there was awkward metal stanchions between the glass and the Civic Center. So far, we're seeing some bounces that are very Civic Center-esque here in the first period here in Mississippi. 4.5 left to go here in period one. Offsides coming in over the line. Jagger Williamson, and we get another media timeout. 4.5 left to go here in period one. No score. Columbus and Carolina here on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
You put off tough jobs on your property? Maybe it's debris that needs moving, a driveway that needs grading, or even fence posts that need to be set. Come see us at SunSouth. We have John Deere equipment ready to tackle any project on your property. And during our year-end sales event, you can get 0% financing for 72 months on select John Deere tractors. So why wait to tackle projects on your property? Find your John Deere at SunSouth. Equipment for those that do.
Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer expires December 31st, 2021.
Welcome back into the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. River Dragons and Thunderbirds still scoreless with 4.5 left to go here in period one. Happy to have you along here on the River Dragons Broadcast Network. Hey, if you want to stay up to date with everything the team is doing throughout the season, the best place to follow us, social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Of course, for those of you watching in on the YouTube page, big thanks. Give us a subscribe if you haven't already. And then on the other socials, C_River Dragons, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Baker and Williamson in on this draw. Williamson won it back, but Baker tried to take away with anticipation. Columbus defense able to help out, and Doyle will dump it into the Carolina end. Left circle. Williamson overskated it, and here's perhaps some numbers for Carolina the other way. Here's Martin, right wing circle with it. Martin tries to play that one across, and nothing doing. Doyle waving sticks there with Grebennikov. This one gets chipped out. MJ Graham in a race, but George Holt gets to it first. Plays it blue line to blue line. Here's Williamson with some speed ahead. It's delayed off sides. Columbus can't touch the puck. Carolina has some space to move it into the neutral zone with Tucker. Tucker, pass, right circle. Holt fires wide of the blocker hand on McBurney. On the far side wall, Butita clash sticks there with Graham. Puck bouncing between the two of them. MJ will have it. Pass hopped up over Krupp's stick, and George Holt will dump that into the zone for Carolina. This one gets rimmed around. Schnapp first on it on the half wall to Butita in the corner. Pass to the middle, and Vanelli was first on it. Schnapp behind on the timing play. Frazier from behind the net moves this to Armstrong on the far wall. Armstrong tries to chip that out. Holt dangerous, but was able to get the kick on it. Otherwise, that was a breakaway coming the other way for Columbus. Here's Jay Krupp, high slot from the top of his own circles, chips that off the glass, goes off for a change. It'll be found there by Zach Sargis. 3:18 left to go here in the first. Still no score. Columbus and Carolina, and the Thunderbirds have iced the puck. So the Thunderbirds not able to change, but the shift not that old for them. 3:13 left to go here in the first. Columbus will opt to put the face-off coming to the right of Paulin. It'll be the Anderson unit out there for Jerome Bichard. Anderson to take this draw against Butita. Butita will win it clean into the corner. Carolina D rims this one around. Talipov up the far wall for Gus Ford. Ford, who had a natural hat trick last weekend against Port Huron, moves it over to Butita. Right wing circle. He couldn't get around Frazier on the outside in move, and Frazier will dump it down softly. Not enough for icing, and the River Dragons will try and match lines here. Here's Schnapp in over the line, right wing side. Pass to the middle. That one read by Frazier, knocked off the wall. Found at the Carolina Blue here by Zach Sargis. The former River Dragon waits the top of his own circles. Pass intercepted by Bersani. Gets it down to Petrantonio. Waiting for Doe to streak across. And Ford, oh, he turned it over right in the slot. And then was knocked back across the crease by Doe on a one-time. Schnapp trying to dodge his way around Ozelinch. Puck was loose there for a moment. Sargis played it back up to Schnapp. 3-on-2 for Carolina as they hit the line. Schnapp shot wide of the glove hand on McBurney. This one moved on the near side wall. Pace fires a shot well wide, looking for a tip, and nothing there. Petrantonio along the wall just sort of jams it there, trying to feed Doe. He's tied up with a couple of Thunderbirds. It's loose in the feet. Pace being bothered by Persani, and this one is into the neutral zone. Columbus can't get in. They'll evacuate and send it back to D to regroup. Off the near side wall. 2-minute warning here in the first. Still looking for our first goal as we're scoreless between the Thunderbirds and River Dragons. Cody Oakes with some speed up ahead, right wing side. MJ Graham bodying him up. Oakes will dump it inside of the net. It's left there by McBurney. Doyle rims this one around. Krupp to it. Now a good cross-ice pass. Goes through Graham, but he's able to take it off the wall in stride. Graham, right wing circle, tries to cut to the inside. Nicoletti held him up there enough. Now Barr takes it away at the high slot. Still in the zone for a moment. Now Carolina plays it out to center ice. Trying to headman there for Nicoletti. He's just in on sides with Barr right along his left. Peavy collects a loose puck in the high slot. He's immediately tied up. And Jagger Williamson, good job boxing out. Talipov holds in at the left point. This one rimmed around. Barr with it in the corner. He gets checked. Still the puck. Driving the goal line. Barr to the high slot. Peavy and a good block by Williamson. Got down to a knee and clogged up that shooting lane. Williamson takes a check there from Barr. Doyle letting him know about it. So too is Schmidt. And Schmidt's pushing it, shoving it. Here we go. Schmidt's going to go with Barr on that far side circle. They both tangle in tight real quick. Schmidt's firing in some quick rights as they're both getting themselves stable. Now they're hugging it out from the top. Barr's lid goes off. Schmidt's trying to find the uppercut from underneath. Barr's holding him in a headlock from the right side, and they're nowhere near done, but the linesmen are coming in. They're both firing punches. Now they're allowed to go again. Quick round one break. Here's round two, and Schmidt's going to hug him and dump him to the ice. Read the room, Stripes. The boys weren't done yet. And Schmidt is angry at Barr. Did not like the hit he gave on Williamson, and he is animated as he is pointing to the penalty box. And I'm sure those two will have a very long conversation when they're allowed to get back. Schmidt will be escorted to the locker room to handle his jersey, still tied on by only his fight strap. And he gets a couple of high fives from the Biloxi crowd on his way to the room. Levi Armstrong delivers his gear. Barr will also head off to the Carolina room, so we won't see those two until the second period. 1:08 left to go in the first. Quick math lets us know 3:52 into the second plus a whistle is when we'll see those two again. pretty good tilt, and well, with Joe Pace being signed by Carolina, we thought maybe we'd see some more Schmidt versus Pace shenanigans. Nah, Schmidt versus Barr. How about that? As the crowd is buzzing with some anticipation here in Biloxi. John Butita, Josh Petrantonio in discussion with the referees. Seemed to be a pretty easy 5 minutes aside type thing. And more than likely skating 5-on-5 through all this. The puck will be in the Columbus end. That's where the last play plus fight was, or I guess not. They're actually going to bring us to the neutral zone. So they say that puck got over the blue line. 1:08 to go here in the first. We do the drop. Carolina wins it. We're back underway. Holt will dump that one in. Pinballs off some legs. Here's Vanelli with it on the near side. Vanelli from the near side circle, skates it out, dodges a couple Carolina sticks, too far out of the reach of Morrow. 1 minute left to go here in the Sun South John Deere first period as the crowd's getting the penalties. 5 minutes each for fighting, and we are still 5-on-5. Holt turned over by Morrow. He read that one from behind the net. Pass to the middle, though. Baker took it away. Now here's Tucker with some speed. 2-on-2. He's got Martin on his right. Hits the line left wing. Now he drops it back. Anderson puts a hit on Tucker as he dished that pass. Frazier rims this one around. Baker still with it at the right wing circle. 33 seconds left to go here in the first. Pass to the left point. Here's a shot from Sargis. Loose there in the slot, and Tucker's pass across. Nobody was sitting on the back door for Carolina. Morrow tries to chip this out off the glass. Baker holds in on the backhand. Martin with it, right point. Fires one. That one got blocked. Couldn't go in on a rush as Morrow. He got stung by that one. Gets out to the neutral zone. He hustles off. Jared Rutledge tapping the bench. Love to see the shot block there for the goaltender. And this one dumped in by Carolina, but not from the red line. So it is icing here against the Thunderbirds. So all that late period possession and pressure all of a sudden nullified. And Columbus with the opportunity with 10 seconds left to go here in the first. Face-off coming to the right of Paulin. No, it'll be to the left. Columbus opts to put it over there instead. Bersani to take this draw against Baker. 10 seconds. A lot of time if you win the draw to set something up. McBurney's still in the net, so it is 5-on-5. Baker wins it into the corner. Doe rubs shoulders here with Sargis along the half wall. Bersani trying to fish it out. Inadvertently hits the linesman with it. It goes out to the neutral zone. 2 seconds left. Martin's going to have to shoot quickly. Ozelinch holding him wide, and that will do it for the first 20 minutes of play. It was a goaltending show, and then we had a pretty good scrap between Barr and Schmidt near the end of that first period. We'll recap everything we saw from the first 20 minutes of play. Columbus and Carolina scoreless. Time for the John Emerald Distilling First Intermission Report. It comes up after this on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
You put off tough jobs on your property? Maybe it's debris that needs moving, a driveway that needs grading, or even fence posts that need to be set. Come see us at Sun South. We have John Deere equipment ready to tackle any project on your property. And during our year-end sales event, you can get 0% financing for 72 months on select John Deere tractors. So why wait to tackle projects on your property? Find your John Deere at Sun South. Equipment for those that do.
Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer expires December 31st, 2021.
We know that juicy, cheesy, grilled to perfection burger sounds amazing, but it does sound like something is missing. Pepsi, baby! The yin to this burger's yang. Burgers and Pepsi go together like burgers and Pepsi. This perfect blending of flavors makes every bite of lettuce, every sesame seed on the bun, and every sip of that crisp, refreshing, ice-cold cola a journey to Foodtopia. Burgers, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey cheesy crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously, but as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better. Oh yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
In 1999, Watley Convenience Stores opened its first Zelmo Zip-In. Our first store was in Leesburg, Georgia, and followed quickly by our second store in the Columbus, Phoenix City area in 2000. Since then, the brand has grown to include 11 stores in the Chattahoochee Valley and Southwest Georgia. Zelmo's is an anchor in the communities it operates in. Our managers, employees, and vendors are all an integral part of the neighborhoods and communities we serve. We are proud to call these areas home and plan to continue growing with and serving the communities of West Georgia and East Alabama. Zelmo's, fueling life's passions.
Progress. It's the belief that your life should be easier. that life should be fun, and that the best is yet to come. With us, you have a provider who pours everything into bringing progress home. And it's not just some big name in a faraway glass tower. That provider is here. That provider is Beam. With local service and faster internet, the only place you're going is forward. And we're taking you there. Progress, your Beam, your way.
It's River Dragon season, and it's time to get out to a game. Visit Ticketmaster or the Civic Center box office to purchase tickets to the next game or any game left this season. Visit ourdragons.com to check the schedule and stay up to date with everything River Dragons hockey. The defending Ignite Cup champions are looking to keep their winning ways, and you can be part of the best atmosphere in the FPHL to help make it happen. Purchase tickets online on Ticketmaster or skip the fees and visit the Columbus Civic Center box office during normal business hours. Get up and get loud, Columbus. The River Dragons are ready to roar.
We are back here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum, where the River Dragons and Thunderbirds are currently scoreless through 20 minutes of play. I'm Zach DeBozart. Happy to have you along here on the River Dragons Broadcast Network. We are having some fun with the intermission entertainment on the ice, and there's some youth groups out on the ice, okay? And I'm going to do my best to describe this for the radio listeners, because those of you watching on YouTube, you could see the chaos, you could see the madness. But there's a couple of youth groups out on the ice, and they decide, hey, we're going to do a tug of war on the ice. It's going to be fun, going to be lots of crazy hijinks. Of course, people are going to slip and slide. The one thing that maybe wasn't considered is one youth group was very much bigger than the other. I'm talking the left side from our broadcast view had 16 to 18 people, and the people on the right had about 10 or 11. Now, don't get me wrong, I think it was a slightly older youth group over on that side, but just numbers alone tells you who is going to win that one. I guess they did it 2 out of 3. Obviously, both went to the left side with their crazy numbers advantage, and we saw a pretty big slip over on the right side. Tumbled everyone down like bowling pins. Crowd loved it, and now some T-shirts are being tossed as we await the Zamboni to get out here on the ice. River Dragons and Thunderbirds, as we said, currently scoreless. John Emerald Distilling, first intermission report. John Emerald Distilling, not only proud partners with the first intermission report, but also the coaches show that you hear right here on these very same radio stations. Of course, maybe you're busy Tuesday nights 6 to 7. Of course, always love if you listen into the podcast version. Live on the YouTube page, we usually update it the day or so after and give you the full rundown of everything that was and everything that's coming up with the River Dragons. John Emerald Distilling Coaches Show, Tuesday nights 6 to 7, or in podcast form on the YouTube channel. Well, shots on goal in this one, 13-10 in favor of Columbus. Carolina, I thought, had the better of play in the last minute or so, but Columbus dominated a majority of the period, and they got rewarded for it, as you can see by the shot counter. But both Chris Paulin and Bailey McBurney have been phenomenal in this one. One of the first saves of the game, Bailey McBurney had a 2-on-0 develop against him. It was Dawson Baker who faked the shot, and McBurney stayed with him just enough to kick the left pad out, make a phenomenal save, keep this game scoreless. That was then followed by a number of different chances from Chris Paulin, who was making save after save. River Dragons doing a good job passing the puck across the crease. But when a pass connects, either the angle's too tight or whoever catches it just can't pull the trigger, allows Paulin just enough time to be able to make the saves. I would say Paulin, the better instinctual, the better scrambling netminder. McBurney, though, some top-notch saves. And again, that 2-on-0, I think, is a highlight that's going to go on his reel for quite some time. Still no score. Only penalties to report was Justin Schmidt and Justin Barr. It was a hit Barr laid on Williamson, and the two Justins went at it, and Justin Schmidt was hot. He was screaming at Barr on his way to the penalty box, and then the referees decided to send both guys into the locker room, try to cool them off a little early. Both those guys have 3:52 plus a whistle, so from 16:08 on is when we will see them for that first bit of the second period. It'll be 5-on-5 when we skate with no carryover penalties. Again, 13-10 on the Heckler & Koch shot counter in favor of the River Dragons. Let's take a break. When we come back, we have a look around the FPHL next on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
The Chattahoochee favorite place for spirits in the valley is John Emerald Distilling Company in Opelika. Conveniently located in beautiful downtown Opelika, they're open Monday through Saturday for tours, tasting, and bottle sales. Not in Opelika? No problem. From Birmingham to Columbus, there's plenty of places where John Emerald originals are sold. Check out some of their favorite recipes at johnemeralddistilling.com and give them a follow on social media at JED Spirits on Twitter and Instagram.
Dressing for success is as easy as 1, 2, 3 with Wade Cleaners. Drop off your garment at any one of their 5 convenient branches or call their valet manager to pick them up. Go do something fun. Walk your dog, eat a hot fudge sundae, or go to a movie. Leave the dirty laundry to them. Pick up your professionally cleaned garments or have them delivered at no additional charge to your home or office. Yes, you too can dress for success with Wade Cleaners. Oh, and don't forget the little people as you move up in the world.
Who wants a copy when you can own the real thing? At Heckler & Koch, the foundation for everything we do is an unswerving commitment to excellence. Shooters of Columbus at 4445 Milton Road is your local area premium stocking dealer for all your favorite Heckler & Koch products. They also have an indoor range with rentals available, from rifles and pistols to ammo and holsters. There's no better choice in the firearm business than Heckler & Koch.
Looking to update that hockey game day wardrobe? The best place to do that is to visit the online home for all River Dragons licensed apparel, ourdragonsmerch.com. With new designs coming out all the time and special promotional and sale offers always live, there's always a reason to check back to the site and score some new gear. Plus, lots of fun souvenirs and other knickknacks that make great gifts for all sorts of occasions. So get there to ourdragonsmerch.com, the official store for all team licensed apparel. That's ourdragonsmerch.com.
We are back here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. John Emerald Distilling, first intermission report on the Columbus River Dragons broadcast network. No score, Carolina and Columbus. Shots on goal, 13-10 in favor of your Dragons. It's been a goaltender show punctuated by one heck of a scrap. Justin Schmidt, Justin Barr. Again, they'll both have a little under 4 minutes and a whistle left to serve when we start up the second. Let's take a look around the FPHL, brought to you by Zelmo's Zip-In. Zelmo's, fueling life's passions. Now, because we're over here in the Central Time Zone, we're coming up close to getting some finals in the earlier games. 7 o'clock puck drop in the Eastern Time Zone for Port Huron and Danbury. They are just about to start the third period of play, and the Prowlers had a heck of a second period. They now lead 5-2. It was 2-2 through 20 minutes. Last we checked this game, Port Huron gets 2 goals, 59 seconds apart from Zach Frisura and Dalton Jay. And then Alex Johnson, his second of the game and second unassisted goal at 14:34. That's all the scoring to report of in the second period. Port Huron leads 5-2, trying to even up that weekend series with a Game 3 coming up Saturday at the Danbury Ice Arena coming up Saturday. Nothing major to tell you about in the penalty summary. Zach Frisura and Steve Brown each had matching roughs, and Dustin Gisso and Caleb Williams each had matching roughs. No idea if they were close to fights or not, but matching roughs usually tell us things are getting a little animated over there in Connecticut. Sure, it's a very fun game to watch. Take a peek over at the Delaware Thunder. Remember, Delaware's still looking for their first win on the season. They might be still looking after tonight's game. A minute left to go in the second. Binghamton has jumped out to a 4-1 lead. They scored the first 3 goals in this game. First 2 goals in the first period, Gino D'Angelo and Josh Newberg. And then, tell me if you've heard this name before, Nikita Ivashkin, 4:44 into the second, makes it 3-0. His 21st goal of the year. J.C. Moritz would then tally within 40 seconds for Delaware, but then a shorthanded tally from Mr. Ivashkin. 22 goals now for him on the season. He's got the last 2 for Binghamton to put the Black Bears up 4-1 over the Delaware Thunder. And, of course, here in Biloxi, Columbus, and Carolina, still scoreless, 13-10, your shots on goal in favor of the Dragons. That's your look around the FPHL, brought to you by Zelmo's Zip-In. Zelmo's, fueling life's passions. Taking a peek at the Southern Hockey scoreboard for the SPHL. Was supposed to be 5 games. It turned into 4. Unplayable ice conditions in Knoxville as the Mayhem and Ice Bears postponed. That game will be rescheduled later in the year. Elsewhere in games that are playing, they're about to start the third period in Roanoke. Rail Yard Dogs 3, Evansville 2. We'll look into that game in just a little bit. Elsewhere, they're through 20 minutes in Huntsville. The Ice Flyers and Havoc are tied 1-1. Also through 20 minutes at the Tax Slayers Center in Quad City, Peoria 2, Quad City nothing. Shout out to Trevor Finch, who got the call up to Quad City ahead of the games this week. That's why Alex Morrow was signed to help fill out the roster. But Peoria winning that one 2-0. And 6.5 left to go in the first. Fayetteville and Birmingham are currently scoreless from the Pelham Civic Center in central Alabama. Taking a look at that Roanoke-Evansville game with a lot of goals, seeing if we recognize anybody here. Well, if there's any Carolina fans listening in on our feed for any reason, former Thunderbird Henry Dill is in the net for the Rail Yard Dogs. Brian Billett in the net for Evansville. Your goals and points. Brant Sherwood has an assist shorthanded for the Rail Yard Dogs to open the scoring. In fact, he has 2 helpers because he assisted on a C.J. Stubbs goal early in the second. That made it 3-0 at the time. Since then, though, Evansville has the last 2 to make the game where it stands at 3-2. Each team has a shorthanded goal in that game as well. Heck of a game going on over there. That's the Southern Hockey Scoreboard. Let's take another break. When we come back, we get you all set and ready to go for the Wild Animal Safari second period. Up after this on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
The date was September 14th, 1972. Just another great day at Harvey Lumber. They needed to hire just one more set of good hands to help in that wood shop. Then in walks Clarence Young. Over the last 50 years, there really is nothing Clarence hasn't done at Harvey. Oh, well, there's one thing he's never done. Until now. Put in his notice of retirement. Yep, this remarkable man of God that has spent years in his spare time on mission trips and has helped to build or rebuild churches across North and South America is retiring as of this Tuesday, December 21st, after 49 years and 99 days at Harvey Lumber. Why am I telling you all this? Because I know that all his friends and relatives will want to stop by Harvey Lumber and say happy retirement to this irreplaceable employee, friend, and confidant. Y'all please stop by Tuesday. Clarence Young, God bless you, brother. We love you.
Gulf Eagle Supply specializes in servicing the professional roofing contractor and also provides a variety of products and services to the homeowner, building owner, architect, and general contractor. Our goal to the contractor is not only to provide competitive material pricing, but also to help them build their business and assist in their success. We do this with knowledgeable sales personnel and through our core values. As we say, Gulf Eagle, we got a solution for that. Call us today at 706-550-1555. Gulf Eagle Supply.
Welcome back in. Mississippi Coast Coliseum, River Dragons and Thunderbirds scoreless through 20 minutes of play. We are just a few moments away from starting the Wild Animal Safari second period. Zamboni's off the ice. Crowd doing a little call and response. Sea Wolves during the break. They're having a lot of fun. And we saw Thunderbirds owner Barry Soskin, who's another person helping to spearhead the charge, head on over to the Carolina booth. So we, during the break, picked the Thunderbirds broadcaster's brains and said, hey, what was he thinking? What was he saying? What does the number look like? Because I tell you, this crowd much fuller compared to what we saw on December 2nd, and that crowd was even really good at 4,300. They are estimating the boasts were in the 6,000 range, which would obviously blow out of the water the record held by the River Dragons for single game attendance at 5,000 plus. They will wait officially, obviously, once they get all the counts in. Usually for a team, regardless of where they are, that happens somewhere around the second intermission. That's usually when we get it from the Columbus Civic Center. So I guess we'll have to wait till this time after the next period to let you know officially what the crowd number is. But I tell you, it's loud, it's raucous, it's a lot of fun. And I think this crowd's still waiting for its first goal to see maybe who they're going to be behind. Both these teams scoreless through the first 20 minutes of play. The goaltenders have been stealing the show. You get the feeling that first goal, the later this game goes, becomes more and more important. So with that in mind, what else is there left to do but keep putting pucks towards the net, especially if you're Columbus. You had the advantage in shots, and for different pockets, you were able to hem Carolina in. In the period of the long change, that's the most important thing always. Who can hem whose defense in? If Columbus does have one or two more bodies on their bench, utilize it. Keep those legs moving because it will certainly pay off sooner rather than later. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
You're listening to River Dragons Hockey on WKCN HD2 Fort Benning South, Columbus, and W295AY Crystal Valley. 106.9 really rocks.
We'll be right back. The Wild Animal Safari second period starts up after this on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
The Chattahoochee favorite place for spirits in the valley is John Emerald Distilling Company in Opelika. Conveniently located in beautiful downtown Opelika, they're open Monday through Saturday for tours, tasting, and bottle sales. Not in Opelika? No problem. From Birmingham to Columbus, there's plenty of places where John Emerald originals are sold. Check out some of their favorite recipes at johnemeralddistilling.com and give them a follow on social media at JED Spirits on Twitter and Instagram.
Oral and maxillofacial surgeons Mark Sawicki, Lee Allen practice a traditional scope of oral and maxillofacial surgery with over 60 years of combined expertise, ranging from oral pathology to wisdom tooth removal. They perform a full range of dental implant and bone grafting procedures, as well as non-invasive surgical facial cosmetic procedures. That level of expertise is why the River Dragons trust them. Call them in Columbus at 596-1757 or in LaGrange at 884-2655.
At the Country Inn and Suites by Radisson, you'll enjoy comfortable accommodations close to Columbus State University, Fort Benning, and of course, the River Dragons games. Conveniently located at 1720 Fountain Court in Columbus, you'll be minutes away from all your favorite Columbus destinations. Free high-speed Wi-Fi and hot breakfast always available too. So whether you're staying for business or for pleasure, make your next stay in Columbus a comfortable one at the official hotel partner of the River Dragons, Country Inn and Suites by Radisson.
Welcome back in Mississippi Coast Coliseum, where the River Dragons and Thunderbirds are both back out onto the ice and ready to go for the Wild Animal Safari second period. Scott's not here to say it, so I will. Someone's getting slobbered on. Go see Wild Animal Safari in Pine Mountain, Georgia, and all sorts of crazy and awesome fun wildlife adventures for you and the kids. River Dragons go left to right across your radio dial here in the Wild Animal Safari second period. Bailey McBurney has stopped all 10 shots he's seen from Carolina Sticks. And the River Dragons, dressed in the ugly sweaters. It's a black base with a lot of red secondary in the shoulders, black helmets, black pants, and white numbers with teal trim. They will go left to right. Over to our right, it's Chris Paulin. Paulin has 13 saves on 13 River Dragons shots. And Carolina in the Scripton State jerseys. That's the logo on the chest. White jerseys, black helmets and pants with red numbers and red and white trim all throughout. They go right to left. Both netminders have issues with their nets. Bailey McBurney flagged over the officials to one side, and he's now heading over to the Columbus bench. And Chris Paulin has been trying to flag down the officials over on his side. Paulin is pointing to a spot in his crease. Meanwhile, over at McBurney's net, looks like they're trying to stabilize a post far side from us from our vantage point. So a little bit of ice work and ice repairs to be done, delaying our start just a little bit. While we have that delay, hey, why don't we tell you, if you want to enjoy a cold beverage, check out Flight by Yuengling. Raise the next generation of light beer. Excuse me. Raise the bar with the next generation of light beer. Flight by Yuengling is easy drinking, clean, crisp, and refreshing. Flight is only 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs, and 4.2 alcohol by volume. Flight by Yuengling, official light beer sponsor of your Columbus River Dragons. Did we mention we were amongst the crowd? Every once in a while, someone gives us a little look and maybe knocks us off our game a little bit, but we're almost ready to play some hockey here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. And the linesman in the zone to our right was trying to squeegee the crease, and the head of his squeegee just broke clean off. So the delay, unfortunately, continues. I don't know if we caught that on camera. That would have been funny if we did. The crowd's keeping themselves entertained. The wave occurring here with a full bowl setup. Over on the ends, you don't get nearly as high up in terms of your seating, but from where we are on the opposite side of the ice, you can get pretty high up. I could see a top than the top side of the Jumbotron, which is a rarity for sure, almost at eye level with the speaker trees that hang here and pump the music into the building. So the lower bowl and upper bowl all getting together. They're about 3 laps into the wave here. Hey, they're having some fun while they are down at ice level, trying to get some ice issues sorted out. They're doing a lot more work on McBurney's net right now than Paulin's. Again, Paulin's crease was being squeegeed out. I guess there might have been a little cut or a hole in his crease. I imagine that got filled, and during the squeegeeing process, the head of the squeegee broke off, so that caused a delay over there. I don't see any cut and rut marks where the goaltender will basically cut up their crease a little bit, give them more traction, so maybe Paulin is still waiting for a little bit more work to be done. Meanwhile, they're still looking over at this far post on the net to our left that will be defended by McBurney here in this period. And the crowd, I think, is starting to fizzle out on the 5th lap, I think, of the wave. Well, it's still going pretty strong over in turns 1 and 2 over there if we're the start-finish line. But you can definitely tell it's starting to peter out a little bit. But what's not a good sign is down on the ice you've got 3 officials around a couple of ice crew members looking at the net. We've got some conversations on the ice. We see Petrantonio and Grebenikov, former teammates when they were both in Carolina. And I think Cody Oakes is also involved in that friendly exchange. As everyone's catching up. How's your family? What's the Christmas plans? For both of these teams, they have one more game left on the schedule before Christmas because they'll be happening at the Civic Center. And then both these teams will be off until December 30th for the River Dragons, December 31st for Carolina. Carolina, I do believe, hosts Danbury. Columbus is back here in this building on December 30th for their first post-Christmas game. Taking on the Port Huron Prowlers in the third of 3 Biloxi neutral site games. Ice maintenance continues. Looks like they have finished up the work over in McBurney's crease. Not sure if Paulin's crease is going to get any extra looks. He's looking down by the maintenance door like he wants to get their attention, though. Remember, tonight and tomorrow, River Dragons are wearing these ugly sweater jerseys, black base with the red secondary and the teal and white kind of snowflake pattern trim with the snowflake textured C logos all throughout. These jerseys are available right now on the Dash app. DASH, free on all Android and iOS devices. Download the app, bid on your favorite player's jersey. We put them up yesterday, basically given a 48-hour or so window to bid on the jerseys. Bids started flying in. The fans really love the jerseys. They are big hits, and we want them to be big hits because proceeds are helping to benefit the Ronald McDonald House Charities of West Georgia. Great causes all throughout. And again, thank you to the Chattahoochee Valley Area McDonald's, the Peasold Family and Management Group, as well as Q1073 for helping us put these together for that cause. They've now started the work on Paulin's crease, and they're just doing a little bit of touch-up work over on McBurney's net. Oza Lynch and I think Joe Pace are over there talking about it. And Pace, obviously, a little bit of a vested interest because the current acting GM right now of the Biloxi team, if you will. Not an official team yet, but the Biloxi effort basically to make these neutral site games a hit. I mean, they have done a phenomenal job here in Biloxi. If the crowd number does come in and it starts with a 6, my goodness, that is a heck of a job done here. And still more seats to fill. Who knows if the 30th they pass even their own number. We'll obviously have to wait a couple of weeks and see. They're grabbing a little bit more ice from the leftovers from what the Zamboni shaved up. It looks like to patch up a hole on the side of the net where the net sits on McBurney's side. And it was just a crease cut on the Paulin side of things. Paulin, at least from his body language, appears to be content with what is going on his side. So this second period of play is having a heck of a delay to it. And you wonder who, if anybody, this favors after a very energetic and contentious first period where neither team scored. Will we see, well, obviously we've already seen a lull, but will we see either team come out overly flat and give up that first goal, or both teams equally flat and it's a slower start to the second? Who's to say? We certainly can't until we get this puck dropped. So still the work being done on McBurney's crease and his, I should say, side of the net. They're discussing in his crease, but there's a lot of work happening on the side of the net, and that's far side to us from where our camera and broadcast vantage point is. So can't exactly see. Paulin over on the other side of things is standing in his crease. Again, seems content, ready to go. And this Biloxi crowd, hey, they're keeping themselves entertained. They're waving the cell phone lights in tune to the music. You know, this crowd is pleasantly okay with the delay because I think there's a couple thousand people that are just happy to have hockey back in this area. Of course, you know, Scott Brand spoke more eloquently of it than myself, but I wasn't really around to know what this building had in terms of the pro hockey scene. But, you know, the Surge and, of course, the Seawolves, I mean, just so many great memories, I'm sure, for a lot of locals here that are just happy to see some sort of hockey back. But if and when it does come back, and I'm starting to lean a lot more to win as opposed to if crowd support like this becomes the norm for that new Biloxi franchise, should it be awarded, it's going to be a heck of a market that the FPHL will have to add into that southern footprint that, hey, I know Columbus fans, they kind of get sick of seeing Carolina so much, and I know Carolina fans have had some concerns about, man, we play Columbus a lot. Well, you know what? When Southern expansion, you see what Carolina and Columbus are doing, it can build up places like this. You just expand that footprint, open up so many markets, and it could create basically a bona fide Southern conference. And listen, I mean, I'm a Northerner. There's obviously no getting around that, but I have fully come around. Hockey in the South is one of those things you just have to experience it. They love it down here. It's a passion that you wouldn't expect to see, but once you do see it, you completely understand. All right, we have got the ice work done on McBurney's side, the ice work done on Paulin's side. The starting units are getting the legs back warm again, and we should be ready now to get this Wild Animal Safari second period underway. Again, River Dragons in the ugly sweater jerseys, the black base with a lot of red secondaries, white numbers and teal trim left to right. Thunderbirds in the whites with the black helmets and trim and red numbers. They go right to left. Bersani, Doe, Petrantonio, the forwards for Columbus. Bersani wins the draw, and we are underway. Here once again at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Vanelli dumps this one down. Icing is on. Ooh. Paulin touched that puck at the side of the net. But Oaks had hit the hash marks, and they are going to say that that was a touch before Oaks reached the hash, so that's a nullified icing, and we'll do it back at center ice. Only 8 seconds gone here in the Wild Animal Safari second period. Bersani taking this draw against Ford. Butita and Schnapp are the wingers on the Carolina line. Petrantonio found a little bit of debris on the ice. I'm thankful it was just debris. Don't need another delay to fix up the ice surface here. Another puck drop, another win by Bersani, and again underway here in the second. Petrantonio on the backhand, tried to send it through the legs. Carolina read it. Oaks playing that one up to the middle. Schnapp dropped it back. Here's Butita with speed ahead, but 2-on-3. He's outnumbered as he hits the line left wing side. Butita pass across, sticked away in the crease by McBurney. Right point held in by the Birds. Butita from behind the net, played it to the middle. Schnapp had it go through him. Backhand effort, looking for an angle. None available there for Gus Ford. Vanelli puts a check on him into the corner. It's tied up in the feet. Gus Ford is able to come out with it. Left wing circle, trades places with Schnapp. Wants to start a cycle. His pass to Schnapp, knocked away by Petrantonio. Talipov a shot, inadvertently blocked in front by Butita, who was trying to screen McBurney. Now here's Vanelli. Numbers up here for Columbus, 4-on-3. Vanelli's shot blocked there by Joe Pace. In the left wing corner, Pace, good poke check to get it away from Vanelli as he retreats to a defensive position. Carolina with a pass across. Talipov moves this one to Tucker. Good stop, and start again. 3-on-2 as he hits the line. Left wing a pass to Talipov, back to Tucker, and he tried to wave and knock that one out of the air. A swing and a miss. Grade with a check there on Tucker from behind the net. Pass back door. Baker, a shot, glove save. Made there by McBurney. Great anticipation. Was over in plenty of time. Down the ice it goes. Grebennikov wins the race in front of MJ Graham for icing here against the Dragons. 18:38 left to go here in period 2, and still no score. Columbus and Carolina. They are looking still at that side of the net by McBurney as the faceoff will come to his left, and he's sort of looking at it a little bit, just tapping what I hope is just some slush down to try and get it to solidify. Again, we can't see. The net is blocking our angle of what exactly they're touching, but we play on with that puck drop, and Columbus winning the draw. Down the near side boards it will go, but icing is on once again as Grebennikov wins the race to the hash marks, and Columbus not able to change for a second straight time. 18:30 left to go here in the Wild Animal Safari second period. No score. Thunderbirds and Dragons here live from Biloxi. Happy to have you along for this, the second of 3 neutral site games the FPHL is putting on to test the Biloxi market. And through, well, basically one and maybe a half a game so far, I would say test pass. This market, you can just tell they are hungry for hockey. They keep showing up a Mississippi Seawolves logo. I guess that is the logo, or I guess that's the team name they will take on should they get awarded a franchise. MJ Graham tries to drive that one into the zone. Gets knocked off of his stick into the right wing corner. Baker seals him up and then sends it around the boards to the far side. Krupp hits his man. That's Tucker. Here comes Carolina back the other way. Grebennikov tried to chip around Ozolinj, and Ozo did a good job getting a stick in the way of that. Baker just in on sides, but dropped the puck back for nobody in particular. Tied up along the wall. Doyle will have it behind his own net. Ooh, he put it to an open corner. Ozolinj wasn't on the same page. Carolina takes it over from behind the net. Baker trying to dodge a check there from Doyle. And on the near side wall, Columbus can't flip it out. Pace holds in, deflects. Loose there for Martin across the slot. Baker couldn't get over in time. McBurney just out of his reach to not be able to poke check or snare with the glove. Martin back to the top. Right point. Firing a shot. A blocker save made there by McBurney off the stick of Oakes. Nicoletti rimmed it down to start a cycle, but Carolina's trying to change to hem Columbus in. Doyle moves it up to Graham. He takes a check, works it out to the red line. Pace, cross-ice dump. Carolina a quick touch-up on the delayed offsides. Talipov sends it back in. Again, Carolina has to touch up. Columbus with some more time here to try and evacuate their own zone. Ozolinj, long stretch pass up. Here's Levi Armstrong, left wing circle. Armstrong, a shot. That one blocked in front as Peavy was taking his man to the net and got in the way. Behind the net, Talipov flips this one to the near side corner, held in by Frazier, right point. His shot and a glove save as Dalton Anderson was trying to fly by, tip that one, swing and a miss. And the wily veteran Paulin catches it in the glove. 16:53 left to go here in the second. Still no score. As we expected, a bit of a slower start with the lengthy delays with some ice issues coming into the second period. But only one shot apiece to tell you about, or excuse me, 2 shots Carolina, 1 shot Columbus. As Vanelli's drive is blocked, and Schnapp, oh, he's in some trouble. He lost his steal. Schnapp's down there only on 1 piece of steel. He doesn't have a left skate right now. Penalty coming up as I think Columbus just slashed a Carolina stick out of the hands. And we will get a slashing call. So despite basically having a power play of their own with Schnapp down to a knee, Columbus takes a penalty. It looks like Dalton Anderson, the guilty party on a slash. Schnapp gets help to his bench. They pick up his steal. And the Thunderbirds will have a power play, which means it's the first Houston Clinic penalty kill of the night. Houston Clinic helping the River Dragons get back to full strength. 20.8% on the power play is Carolina. That's good for third right now in the Fed out of 7 teams. Columbus, though, 85% on the kill. That's good for second. So that's strength for strength. And when Columbus gets on their first power play, the numbers a little bit more impressive on Columbus's side, but it's sort of the opposite story, where this is where the strength of each team lies. Carolina power play, Columbus penalty kill. It's sort of the opposite story if the roles are be reversed, and now they're really working on that post, which is on McBurney's, well, if I'm McBurney in the net, it's my left post on my left shoulder. It looks like it's at the base, and again, there's so many people now huddled around it, it's kind of impossible to tell. One thing that is interesting, well, we won't have enough time to tell you about it. Maybe we'll put a pin in it if we remember. Face-off coming to the left of McBurney as we get ready for the Houston Clinic penalty kill. Houston Clinic helping the River Dragons get back to full strength. Baker wins the draw for Carolina, held in by Grebennikov right point. Whiffed once, then tried to work it down the wall. Petrantonio can't get it out. D-to-D, Talipov a shot, blockered away by McBurney. Now here's Austin Doe to Petrantonio. 2-on-2 as they hit the line left wing side. Petrantonio left circle. Deeks between the legs. Backhand along the goal line. Held off by Talipov behind the net. Petrantonio just trying to kill time. Carolina will box him out away from the puck and take it back over. 25 seconds already gone here in that Anderson slash. Here's Grebennikov skating this one up. A pass to the right wing side. Ford hits it in stride. Ford with the right wing circle. Can't get around Frigeau. Good stick right there. Ford gets it back in the corner off a pass, rimmed around to the near side wall. Found there by Talipov. Talipov left point to Baker, center point, some one-touch passing. Talipov's got it back left point, another one-touch. Baker took it off of a tip on the backhand, brings it back, settles it, tries to drive it along the circle. Nothing doing there, so he spins it back at the point, and Jagger Williamson, good stick right there, knocks it into neutral ice. Halfway through the Dalton Anderson slash, 15:40 to go here in the second. Still no score, Columbus and Carolina. Martin, a pass to the left wing circle, finds Talipov. Talipov drops it back. Baker has it at his own blue line. Columbus posturing well on the penalty kill here. It's been a strength of theirs in the early part of the season. McBurney slows it up behind the net for Vanelli. Martin gets in there quick, tries to tie up his stick. Vanelli reverses around, near side wall, held in by Ford. Left point a shot, save made McBurney. Had to see that one around some bodies. Took it on the chest and gets a whistle. 15:13 to go in the second. And here come our fighters out of the box. Justin Barr and Justin Schmidt return to the ice to the roar of approval from the Biloxi crowd. .31 seconds left to go in the Anderson Minor. The teams thought it was a media timeout, so both goaltenders had returned to the bench. We were 13 seconds and a whistle away from that. It's an under 15, but I can understand their confusion as it came so close to it. So both goaltenders will have to return to their net, and likely the next stoppage will be our under 15 media timeout. Face-off coming to the right of McBurney. Petrantonio checks him, makes sure he's ready to take this draw now against Peavy. Tied up. Peavy trying to box out. It'll go into the corner for Columbus. Petrantonio can't work it up the wall. Peavy on the dots. Off the wall. Left point Martin. D across. Finds Oakes. Being watched there by Doe. Martin fires a shot. High slot. And a save made there by McBurney. And a little bit of activity. Ozelinch and Schnapp pushing and shoving at each other. I think McBurney ended up flipping the stick of Schnapp out of his hands. 14:58 to go in the second. And now we get our media timeout. Still 17 seconds left in the Anderson Minor. 30 seconds and we're back as, hold on a second, we're having a bit of a discussion. Some tie-ups. Petrantonio's got a hold of somebody as the linesmen are trying to separate the crowd. I think that might be Schnapp he's involved with. It is. And now the teams will head to their benches. We'll see if we get penalties. Still 17 seconds of Houston Clinic penalty kill time after this on the Columbus River Dragons Radio Network.
When you can own the real thing. At Heckler & Koch, the foundation for everything we do is an unswerving commitment to excellence. Shooters of Columbus at 4445 Milton Road is your local area premium stocking dealer for all your favorite Heckler & Koch products. They also have an indoor range with rentals available, from rifles and pistols to ammo and holsters. There's no better choice in the firearm business than Heckler & Koch.
We are back here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. 14:58 left to go here in the second. Still 17 seconds on a Dalton Anderson minor for slashing. And despite that little dust up at the end while we were about to take our break, penalty box doors remain shut for the players, open for the referees to get a drink of water. And we are good to go and ready to continue play here. 17 seconds remaining in Anderson's slashing minor. It's the first power play of the game for either team. First period was clean, save for a fight. Since then, Barr and Schmidt have been able to return to their respective benches. We're back underway. Columbus wins the draw. Puck falls free for Morrow. 2-on-2. He's got Petrantonio with him. Petrantonio, right wing side, fires a shot. Glove save, Paulin. Rebound. He dropped it for a moment and then covers it up. Morrow did a little flyby, looking for a little tap in. Paulin was quicker to it, though, with the glove. 14:48 left to go here in period two. Still 7 seconds left to go in the Anderson minor. Now, all of a sudden, if you're Columbus and you win this draw, you get a chance to try and hem Carolina in with that guy coming in basically as a line change. And his penalty box opens up right into the offensive zone. Armstrong ties up, able to win it on the wings. Finelli brooks it down into the corner. 2 seconds and one. Out of the box comes Anderson. 1-for-1. On the Houston Clinic penalty kill tonight are the Dragons. Pass to the middle, and Anderson just couldn't get ahead of that Armstrong pass. Now to the middle. Here's Vanelli with it. Excuse me. That is Armstrong. He works it up to the right point. Now here's Vanelli. He fires a shot. Ooh, that ramped up off a stick. You got to be careful up there That one got out and into the crowd, almost at the scoreboard. That hangs and just on the side to our right. But everyone seems to be okay. Puck dodged. And an offensive zone draw coming up here for the Dragons. 14:25 left to go here in period 2. Still no score. Face off to the left of Paulin. Carolina wins it to the open far wing. Tucker has it on his stick. Pass across. He hit Baker in the boot with it. Martin kicks it into the zone. Wasn't in an offside position. Columbus played it out. Carolina takes it right back, though. Tucker, good work along the near wall, trying to dodge away from Armstrong. Tucker comes in 2-on-2. Some speed, right circle. Tucker fires. Save made McBurney. Rebound hops up into the air, and Armstrong kicks it away to the far corner. Takes it on his stick. He takes a hit from Dawson Baker. Pass to an open wing, and Justin Schmidt will find this one for Columbus. Schmidt will dump it in from the red line. This one gets rimmed around. MJ Graham first down at the hash marks far side. Graham trying to loose puck Deke, still with it on his twig. Left circle, can't drop it back for Williamson. Drops it back for the defense, and Schmidt and Doyle got a little tangled up on who was going to receive that. Back at the Columbus Blue it goes. Here's Williamson in over the line, 3-on-2, tight in. Williamson gets around a man, backhand Deke. What a stop, Paulin. Reached out with the stick for the poke check and ended up denying Jagger, who was trying a little triple Deke move. Would have brought it back to the backhand in an open net, but he couldn't lift it over the stick of Paulin, who set it down on the poke check with it in hand and collects the puck for the whistle. 13:32 left to go in the second, and still no score. It's a goaltending battle here in Biloxi. This is just one of those things we were talking about in the first period where McBurney, I think, has made the better quality saves, but Paulin has been the more creative, the better improv goalie in crazy situations like that. Now here comes a rush for Carolina the other way. Left wing circle. Peavy drops it off. Nicoletti's shot kicked away by McBurney. On the far side wall, Barr takes a little bit of a rough ride. It drops back. Here's Peavy. He gets his head up, looks for a pass, still works it on the cycle, plays down behind the net. Barr couldn't get to it as MJ Graham got there first. Near side, Talipov pinches on the play, holds in. Grade trying to work it out the near side wall. Talipov says no again. Now Grade flips this one up off the glass. Icing is on. Will it have the legs? No, as it doesn't reach the goal line before they say Peavy could have touched it. Grebennikov, almost came out dangerously and softly short side. Then he takes a big hit there from Williamson. Left point, here's a shot from Frazier, and Bersani's effort was deflected wide. That was Bersani who laid the hit on Grebennikov, my apologies. On the near side circle, this one flipped by Grebennikov. Finds a man, Peavy, to an open right wing. Here's Barr being closed down by Frazier, and a good stick right there by Paul. Knocks that one out to center, picking it up in stride. Doe gets it to Petrantonio right wing. Petrantonio right circle, stops, waits, fires, blocked by Grebennikov. Puck still loose, backhand effort sent wide. And Grebennikov's down, and he is in some trouble. Petrantonio's shot was blocked by Grebennikov, and just judging by the way he's reacting, he went down to the side, and I bet that puck caught directly on the side of the knee, because that padding stops at a certain point on the shin pad, and the way he was sort of blocking that with the side of his body, I'd be willing to bet there's not much but cloth that holds the part where he hit that, where that puck hit his knee. Grebennikov down. He's in some pain. 12:18 left to go here in the second. Crowd has gotten off to a murmur. That is the sacrifice hockey players make. Getting down low, blocking shots. That one was from in tight on Petrantonio. Grebennikov got all of it and didn't get any of it, perhaps in a padded area on his leg/knee. While the referees have some time, they are looking over at the left-hand goal from our broadcast vantage point, trying to, I guess, do some more patch-up work at the side of the net that we saw this period delayed with. Grebennikov still receiving attention. He's even kind of bent in an awkward angle with that knee. He's now being helped up to his feet, and the crowd roars in support. We're looking at him as he gets off the ice. Grebennikov really not able to put any weight right now on that right skate. They're trying to help him off here to the room, and some support staff will come and assist the injured Thunderbird as he'll go get looked at. And we'll see if we can't get an update on his status. Early prognosis, obviously, not good if you're a Carolina fan. Face-off will come to the right of Paulin, as it was an offensive zone chance Columbus had on that shot block, and then as soon as Carolina got the puck, the whistle blew for player safety. Good bit of officiating right there by this crew on hand. Face-off coming to the right of Paulin. Bersani ties up, but Ford able to get the draw. That doesn't matter. We've got a scrap. Schmidt's got his second fight of the game, and look who it is. It's Joe Pace again. This is Schmidt versus Pace round 3. They'll do it at center ice. They're both offering up the left-hand side, each with the right fist cocked back. They clench in. They're trading in rights. They're going in. They're in on the jaw. Pace is firing in at the top of the head. Schmidt's coming in on the underside. He's connecting a few on the chin. Now Schmidt tried to go over the top with some hammer fist. Pace is guarding up with the left shoulder. Looks like they're trying to trade to the left. Schmidt got there first, got a couple in. Now Schmidt's going back in on the right. This one doesn't seem scripted at all. We saw some changes in synchronous. Now here, they're both just firing in with whatever they got. Pace hugging in tight. He tries to get in a little body shot. Schmidt goes in on the right side for a good shoulder blow. Now he tries to come in underneath. Hits Pace right on the chest. Schmidt coming in over the top. Pace tried to dodge. Pace went in. Schmidt dodged. Now they're both going at it with lefts. Schmidt changes to the right. Connects one to the side. Those two stay up. Pace fires in one. They're trading haymakers right side, one after the other. Pace goes back in underside. It pushes the linesman back. Says we're not done here. Now Pace, I don't know what he's doing, offering up the hand. They both connect in with a couple of more rights. Going in, gangbusters, firing them off. And now they're turtling up a little bit. Down, almost hunched over. They got to be gassed near the end of this. This has been a heck of a fight. And now they'll tap each other with some respect. And that's the end of that one, and the crowd loves it. As we said in the pregame, Joe Pace, ever the showman. Justin Schmidt, never one to back down. That's his second fight of the game. And we bring this up because, remember, we saw the situation in Watertown. Now a third fight with Schmidt would be a third major and an automatic game misconduct. So basically, if Schmidt wants to scrap again, he's got to make sure it's worth it, because it would be the last time he's on the ice. 12:15 to go in the second, too. That's a lot of time. We are still scoreless in this one, by the way. 0-0, Columbus and Carolina here from Biloxi. Shots even at 17 apiece right now at this point in the Wild Animal Safari second period. Face-off to the right of Paulin. Bersani tries to push, box out, wins it, but Carolina's wings with anticipation take it over. Butita, backhand, Ford dumps it in, and McBurney lays it off at the near side corner. Frazier ties up with his man. On the near side boards, this one gets rimmed around. Schnapp chasing after it. Doyle puts a shoulder onto him, but Schnapp still with it on the stick. Pass off the wall, right point. Sargis scores! McBurney unhappy with that. No way he saw it, and Zach Sargis gets the goal and sends some teddy bears down onto the ice here in Biloxi. $11:51 to go in the second. If it is Sargis' goal, it is his first on the year, and first obviously for the Thunderbirds since his trade from the River Dragons last month. We'll see. McBurney's body language tells you there was no way he saw that one. Slapped his stick on the ice in some frustration, and Carolina has the game's opening goal. 8:09 mark. The Wild Animal Safari second period will await the official scoring. Shot from that distance. You never know if it got tipped or whatever it might be. But the Teddy Bears are down onto the ice. They are being swept up. And just as we did while we were at home in Columbus, why don't we use this time to take 30 seconds? We'll take our media timeout early, unofficially, and talk through the next media timeout we might have. We'll go 30 seconds, and then we'll come back here on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
Oral and maxillofacial surgeons Mark Sawicki, Lee Allen practice a traditional scope of oral and maxillofacial surgery with over 60 years of combined expertise, ranging from oral pathology to wisdom tooth removal. They perform a full range of dental implant and bone grafting procedures, as well as non-invasive surgical facial cosmetic procedures. That level of expertise is why the River Dragons trust them. Call them in Columbus at 596-1757 or in LaGrange at 884-2655.
We are back here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum off of that, we'll call it unscheduled media timeout, as there is 11:51 left to go in the second. So for our affiliate stations down the line, we'll just be talking through our under 10 media timeout while the teddy bear toss, well, a few of them still raining down to the ice here late, but for the most part, the pile's all set up and they are ready to start the collection process. Now, here's what's interesting, right? We talked about this last weekend, obviously, on Saturday night when the River Dragons had their own teddy bear toss with the Binghamton Black Bears in time, and we surmised, all right, does this favor the road team being able to recollect themselves? Because the Thunderbirds, as the listed home team, are taking it to helping out with the festivities on ice of collecting and organizing all the bears, and the River Dragons have been able to steal themselves. A couple of Dragons coming off, helping out with the sticks here and there, but this is Carolina's home game, I guess, so they were responsible for helping on the teddy bear toss as they're getting chucked down the tunnel over to our left. That's the neutral tunnel, the referee's tunnel, if you will. So they'll be down there and reorganized and sorted. So we'll see what happens after this. It's already been an odd period because the second period got off to such a late start with ice issues in both goaltenders' areas. And now, of course, here at Teddy Bear Toss, just a delay, trying to get this game back as quickly as possible. But, of course, always a great cause. We didn't hear word where these Bears were going to here in southern Mississippi. We will tell you most, if not all, of the Bears from the River Dragon side of things were donated, and we'll have a full roundup on our social media coming up on Monday. Big thanks to everybody who participated in last Saturday's Teddy Bear Toss, the Civic Center. And for Carolina, I guess this is their second teddy bear toss because the same night the River Dragons had one, the Carolina Thunderbirds had one too. So all the Bears now off the ice, and Carolina, well, both teams are veterans of this at this point. They know a little bit of a delay. Now they get themselves back together. Garrett Rutledge gets his guys around the bench and says, all right, time to get in and refocus. Columbus, they've been ready to go. Sitting there on the bench, stewing, maybe refocusing, reorganizing. But now both units back out, and we get ready to go. The goal officially does get credited to Zach Sargis. The former River Dragon gets one against his old team. John Butita and Jacob Schnapp pick up the assists. Again, at the 8:09 mark of the Wild Animal Safari second period, so that's 1-0 Carolina. John Butita, his 10th assist on the year, for what that might be worth. Doors are shut. Bears are off the ice. And let's get back to playing some hockey here on the Mississippi coast. Jagger Williamson to take this draw against Gus Ford. Ford wins the draw, and we're back underway. Nicoletti, left wing side, plays it to Ford, fires a shot, stick save made there by McBurney, rebound cleared away by Williamson. Ozelinch rims this one all the way around. Krupp helps it on its way. MJ Graham lifts the stick of Oakes. MJ Graham, left wing circle, tries to drive the net. Backhand leave, and he couldn't pull the no move as he didn't have the angle towards net. Krupp stands up Oakes there in the corner. Schnapp works it up the wall. Williamson plays it to a dangerous area. Graham, a shot patted away there by Paulin. Oakes with the puck on his stick, tries to drag it back. Krupp took it away in the left wing circle. Back over on the wall. Graham and Oakes cancel each other out. Left point held in. A shot. It was a flutterer, and that one went high over the bar, and Krupp took a stick up high. Good thing the beard's there to cushion his chin, and a high sticking call is going to come up here against Carolina, and we will get our first Georgia power play of the night. Well, they give cross-checking the official signal to David Nicoletti. The Toronto native will sit for two. And now the River Dragons a chance to answer right back. 11-12 left to go now in period two. River Dragons are 16.7% on the Georgia power play. Obviously their efforts against Binghamton helped them in that regard. Now up to 5th in the 7-team FPHL. Carolina worst in the league on the PK right now. Not too often you say that about the Birds. 77.6%, but Thunderbirds PK starts off well with a face-off win and a dump down. Georgia power play on here for the first time tonight for Columbus. Petrantonio skates this one ahead. 4-on-3 as he hits the line. Right wing, pushing it down farther for Doe. Behind the net, Petrantonio boxes out Martin for the puck to be able to get to Vanelli. Vanelli tied up along the half wall by Talipov. Petrantonio helps out, inadvertently pushes the puck back into the scrum, picks it out of feet, works it up the wall. Talipov finds it and chips it down ice. McBurney will slow it up at his own dots and give it there for Vanelli. Excuse me, that's Frazier. He has Vanelli on his left. Frazier skates this one to his own blue line to MJ Graham, right wing, a backhand, push into the zone. Butita checked there by Doe, rimmed around, hit the kick plate weird. Vanelli with left point. Frazier, D to D, back for Vanelli, just holds in along the blue. Bersani reaching for it. He's got it, left wing corner. Bersani at the half wall, finds Frazier, center point. He lets one go, a tip, and that's wide of the near side on Paulin. Doe gets tied up, a 2-on-2 battle. Fishing it out is Daniel Martin, and he'll work it down 200 feet. We're halfway through the second, 45 seconds left to go in this Nicoletti minor. Vanelli walks this one cautiously, a pass to the left wing side, Krupps in the zone, a backhand dumped down behind the net. Graham gets in front of Oakes. Williamson tried to lay it off for him. Graham's side of the net, couldn't find the angle to bring it out in front. Oakes sends that one out through Krupp, down the ice it goes, and will be found by Gray just inside his own line. 22 seconds left to go here in the minor penalty to Nicoletti. One more rush perhaps on the Georgia power play. Noah Doyle takes his time to quarterback the power play from behind the net. 10 seconds left as he skates it out. Doyle, a pass to the right wing side to Williamson. He's in over the line. Checked there by Baker. Run out of room. Graham and Doyle trying to tag team effort to hold that one in. It's found by Sargis, who chips it down. Out of the box comes Nicoletti. And 0 for 1 on the Georgia power play tonight are the Dragons. Doyle to Krupp, one-touch pass to Anderson, tried to drive the net. Loose there in the slot for a moment. Being bothered for it is Graham. Pass across the slot, and Butita read it and knocks it out to center. Doyle, big check as Jacob Schnapp finished him off as he had gained the red. And Doyle will head off for a change. What do we got here? This must be a delayed offside situation. Linesman put his hand up in the air, but is not signaling down all the way. So offsides, they'll call it against Columbus. And this would be our media timeout, but we're going to stick right here with it. 8:48 left to go here in the second. 1-0 Carolina, as we mentioned. The Teddy Bear toss goal here in Biloxi, scored at the 8:09 mark of the Wild Animal Safari second period. Scored by Zach Sargis. John Butita and Jacob Schnapp pick up the assists. Fans, Fort Benning Harley-Davidson and the Columbus River Dragons have teamed up for a $50K giveaway at a River Dragons hockey game this season. Simply text FBWIN to 55678 before March 13th to be entered for a chance to shoot from center ice and win $50,000. For full rules, contest details, stop into Fort Benning Harley-Davidson on Williams Road or visit fortbenninghd.com. $50,000 could be yours this season, but only if you text to enter now. That's FBWIN to 55678. Good luck, and we'll see you in March. Some more details on that. It'll be I believe it's the March 18th game. I forget which way the weekend falls, but it's the Saturday of Whiteout weekend against the Watertown Wolves. So you have until mid-March to enter. The winner's selected, and then it'll be a lot of fun, a lot of pressure in that first intermission game for sure. We'll do a neutral zone draw opposite the Columbus bench. Face off, won by Baker, and we are back underway here in the second. Tucker tries to chip this into the zone. He ends up recollecting it around Ozelinch behind the net. He takes it on the forehand. Left wing circle with it. Nobody there in the slot. He's now done a full lap of the zone as he emerges right point. His shot, and that one knocked around a couple of bodies. Falls loose in the left wing corner for Martin. Played up the wall weakly, and Levi Armstrong takes away for Columbus. Armstrong up ahead for Morrow. Drops it back. Armstrong has it high slot, but he's on the backhand. Nothing he could do to push that towards net, and it goes off a Carolina body anyways. Here's Baker with this left wing side. Baker trying to drive the net. Frazier doing a good job, holding him off just enough to keep him wide and underneath the goal line. Shot coming in from the right point. Look out, loose in the slot there. Butita, effort save made there by McBurney. Butita's backhand trying to go backdoor to Dawson Baker, and Ozelinch stayed with him, tied it up, and it remains 1-0. I want to thank the Carolina Thunderbirds broadcast team who just came by, give us a little nugget. We'll tell you about that in just a little bit. This one gets rimmed around, and Columbus wins the draw and skates out of their own end with it. Petrantonio on the near side sends that one into the zone. Paulin was checked there by Doe. It's loose there in the corner, but Carolina defense able to push it now to the far wall. Schnapp takes a hit, tries to send it out. It's over Doyle. It goes out of play, but it hit the glass on its way out. And so we'll get an offensive zone draw for Columbus. 7:40 to go in the second. The official number does not start with a 6, but it doesn't start with a 5 either. 7,288 is the listed attendance. That is what we were just told by the Thunderbirds broadcast crew. That breaks the FPHL single game record that Columbus held before by over 2,000, 2,200 something. I don't know the exact number. I just know Columbus held it from Military Night in 2019 with a number of 5,000, and now it belongs here to Biloxi. Vanelli, right circle, a shot, one-timer from Doe, weak and off target. Bersani effort, save made there by Paulin, high atop his crease, swallows that one up. 7:29 to go in the second, 1-0. Carolina leads here in Biloxi. So, I think it's time to drop the if in terms of the if-when when it comes to this Biloxi test of neutral site games. Obviously, this market is ready for some hockey to return. Fed-level hockey here in just 2 out of 3 games. We're talking about over 10,000 people through the door. And we still have one more game to play December 30th between Columbus and Port Huron. Face-off to the left of Paulin was unfairly dropped, so we'll do it again between Bersani and Peavy. Peavy wins that one to the corner. Talipov rims it around. Ugly spill there for Nicoletti. Petrantonio has it for free in the corner. Double team hit. Filtered it to Doe. Pass to Bersani, and he lifted it too high. That went over the bar as Paulin was down in the butterfly. Nicoletti skates this one near side. Barr, he got tripped up, and a penalty is coming up here against Columbus. Doyle lost his footing as Barr was trying to chip around him. And then Barr, you can say drew the call by skating into Doyle, but there was nowhere he was going to be able to go. Doyle went down. He is responsible for anybody he takes down while he's down, and so he will sit 2 minutes as Pace and Schmidt return from their fight earlier this period. Doyle 2 minutes for tripping. Petrantonio, he's going to argue for this, but at this point he's arguing for the next call, obviously. 7:06 left to go in the second. 1-0. Carolina leads it and heads back to the power play for what's the second time tonight. River Dragons 1 for 1 so far on the Houston Clinic penalty kill. Houston Clinic helping the River Dragons get back to full strength. Petrantonio has set his piece, returns to his bench, and we'll see the 5-on-4 opportunity here for Carolina start up to the left of McBurney. Baker and Williamson in on this draw. Williamson wins it clean, rimmed around. Carolina hustling underneath the goal line. Ozelinch pinches his man behind the net. Looked like that was Martin. Baker pushes it back into the scrum. It's 2-on-2 as it works its way onto the near side boards. Ford, D to D, right circle. Talipov trying to go back door. MJ Graham, good reach. Just got enough in the passing lane before Baker could one-time it. Back to the right point. Talipov for Ford. Ford back for Talipov. He's at the top of the right wing circle as he skates down with it. Off the wall, MJ Graham read it, backhand, can't get it out. Held in by Ford along the blue. Baker left wing circle with it. Back for Ford out of Talipov, right dot. Into the corner, Jake Grade rubbing shoulders with him. Grade gets the inside of him. Talipov held him up. Grade lost his stick. That's a 2-on-2 battle, definitely in favor of Carolina with Grade without a twig. He recollects it. Martin back up to the right point. Hit off of Ford, and here's MJ Graham trying to make him pay for it. Graham trying to hustle in, left wing circle. Ford doing a good job keeping pace with him, and he pushes them there as those two go into the corner, and Carolina recollects the puck. Already halfway through this Houston Clinic penalty kill, though, with only 56 seconds now left in the Doyle trip. Baker kicks it too far to his stick in the left wing corner. Frazier rimmed it around, and Vanelli dumps that down 200 feet from one end board to the other. Paulin will slow it up. Gus Ford will meet the puck there behind the Carolina net. Thunderbirds attacking right to left across your radio dial here in this period. 33 seconds left in the Doyle Minor. Right wing side coming in over the line. It's Peavy. He stops up with Anderson watching over him. Carolina's in the midst of a change. Defense got on too slow, and the Thunderbirds have to evacuate. Oakes back in over the line left wing side, but it's popped off of his stick into the neutral zone. Then Anderson turns over Tucker. Doesn't have a lot to go with. He'll play some four corners, though. There's a dozen seconds left in the penalty. Vanelli works that, Frazier works that up the wall. Nice pass, left wing circle, Doe to the middle. And Anderson went to the crease. Anderson contacted Paul, and referee's arms stay down. We continue to play on. 2 seconds and one. Doyle's out of the box. 2 for 2 on the Houston Clinic penalty kill tonight are the Dragons. Schnapp, left circle, drops it up. Peavy gives it back to Schnapp. He fires, glove save, and it looks like it went off the bar and still held in by the high glass behind McBurney. Now here's Nicoletti. Played that one to the middle. Schnapp fires a shot. That one off the corner post, popped into the crease, and a save made by Bailey McBurney. And now we are getting a scrum and a whole lot of chaos around McBurney. He can't escape. In fact, he looks like he might want a piece of Schnapp. There's a lot of entanglement inside the crease of McBurney. The nets come off for a moment. 4:48 to go in the second. and we will get another media timeout. Still 1-0 Carolina off the Zach Sargis goal. 30 seconds, and we come back here on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network. My bad on that. A little bit of a user error when we took our media timeout in the under 10, but we took it early. That messed up one or two things on my end. My apologies to our affiliates down the line. I can assure you that is some user error from up here in Biloxi. So we're back here, a little unexpectedly early, but we are here. 1-0. Carolina currently leads it in their quote-unquote home game. And the crowd of 7,000 plus, as was told to us by the Carolina crew during one of the stoppages, and I'm sure it'll be announced here in the building during the third period, and that will definitely get a roar of approval. 1-0 Carolina leads in this, again, home game, but a neutral site game that is phenomenal right now for the FPHL. Zach Sargis right now has the difference in this one for the Thunderbirds. Face-off coming to the right of McBurney, but now McBurney's got a problem. It looks like that rut or whatever it is now into his crease. He was trying to tap it down himself. Linesman will come over and brush it over with a puck, help fill it in. And it appears to be to Bailey's satisfaction. Still 5-on-5, 4:48 left to go in the Wild Animal Safari second period. A face-off coming to the right of the Columbus netminder. Butita wins it. Left point, Talipov with it. He fires a shot. Blocked, deflected. Barr from behind the net thought about the wraparound. He was quickly headed off at the pass. Barr to Ford. High slot. Wide of the glove hand and the springy backboards. Put it onto the stick of Petrantonio. He takes a big check near circle, but he's able to dump it down. Doe couldn't get on the end of that. Ozelinch letting Barr know he's a little unhappy about that. Bersani shot, sticked away, and then Paulin had to go find the rebound out in the slot and put it to the corner. Left circle. Doe looks, finds it. And that one is blocked in front by Nicoletti. Carolina hustling out in the neutral zone. Here's Barr with it. Ozelinch, good stick onto him, but the puck falls for Nicoletti. Left wing circle, leaves for Butita. Shot, save made. Rebound loose in the crease. McBurney down, spread eagle. Carolina finds it. Talipov a drive. Save made. McBurney from his backside. Unbelievable. Bailey McBurney showing off his best improv right there. Finding the save from down on his butt and making it look easy. Well, McBurney takes his time getting up there after that crazy sequence. Both teams change. 4:04 left to go here in the second. And some great goaltending in the zone to our left keeps it at a 1-0 Carolina lead. McBurney readjusts the glove and the blocker. Make sure everything's secure, and now he's ready for this draw to his right. Williamson against Martin. Martin wins it clean. Pace, left point, a shot inadvertently blocked by Martin. Krupp will find it on an open wing. Take it to center. Krupp chips it ahead. MJ Graham's in on sides. He negates the icing, though, by winning the race. Krupp, left circle, waits, fires, and wide of the glove hand there on Paulin. Doyle with it. Right point. He fires. Blocker save made there by Paulin. Held in left point by Schmidt. He plays it to the middle. Graham ties up a stick. That puck goes behind the net. Pace rims it around the glass. Williamson couldn't pinch it there along the wall, and it goes out to center ice. Baker trying to reach behind him. Jagger Williamson on the back check takes it away. He's in over the line. 3-on-2. Williamson right circle looking for a backdoor pass. Tip shot. Save made. Loose there, and Williamson couldn't find it from a knee. Now Carolina pushes it ahead. They try to go on a rush. They got 2-on-1 as the defenseman missed. Martin with it, right wing circle, waits, looks, fires, scores. A Columbus defenseman made a pinch at the blue line. Didn't see which one it was, but it sprung 2-on-1. Doyle just had to take away the pass, and Martin, heck of a snipe right there, doubles Carolina's lead. Daniel Martin, the Ottawa, Ontario native, has his 6th goal of the year. We'll see what, if any, assists are applied. There was definitely one that made that Columbus defenseman miss at the blue line, and a 2-on-1 back the other way with a goal scorer like Daniel Martin. Obviously, Carolina likes their chances in that situation. We're back underway. River Dragons win the draw, push it only to the Carolina line. Here come the Thunderbirds back the other way. Tucker in over the line, left point. He drops it back. Here's Peavy, left circle, fires, blocked in front by Morrow. Pass to the slot. Tucker batted it out of the air, but then it was just sent wide. Left circle, backdoor pass. Peavy, and a great save made there by McBurney, as that was Barr, who was denied on a circle-to-circle pass. Faceoff will come to the left of McBurney. For those of you keeping score with us at home, 16:53 mark of the second. Martin with an assist tallied on to Dawson Baker. The Coburg, Ontario native, his first point as a Thunderbird. And Carolina has a 2-0 lead here late in the second. Armstrong puts a check onto a man, continues to hit Talipov as he couldn't get it off of his stick, lays it back to his own blue line. Schnapp goes across. Sargis plays this one ahead. Sargis got hit at the end of that play. Here's Talipov left wing side. He comes in over the line. Passes too far there for Ford. Grade with the reach in the slot. And now Oslint works it ahead. Here's 2-on-1 if the Dragons hustle. Morrow with Armstrong, but Talipov came back in defensive posture. Morrow's shot ramped up off a stick, and nothing doing there as it falls behind the Carolina nets. Here's Gus Ford on the backhand, left wing side, being pinched out wide there by Doyle. Big check on the back check there from Armstrong. Left wing corner. Ford finds it again. High slot. He scores. Left wing corner pass, and Gus Ford had some time and space in the slot and was just looking for a lane to develop. Found it, scored it, 3-0. Carolina leads. Two goals, 55 seconds apart for the Thunderbirds, and Columbus has got to get to the room. Never mind trying to find one late, you've just got to stem this bleeding. Ford continues his hot streak after he had a natural hat trick in one of the games last weekend. It's his 8th goal of the year. We're back underway. Columbus wins the draw. Vanelli chips this one into the zone. Sargis in the corner. He gets checked there by Doe. Petrantonio trying to vulture it out. This one rimmed around. And now found loose in the slot. Blockered away there. Dangerous pass from Carolina. And now Paulin will eventually find it through a maze of bodies. And a little bit of a dog pile on top of him. That was some lackluster defending from Carolina. Nearly gave Columbus something. Paulin was keen to that one, and it remains 3-0. 1:53 to go here in period 2. For those of you keeping score with us at home, 17:48 mark of the Wild Animal Safari second period. Ford from Schnapp and Talipov makes it 3-0. Schnapp, that's his second assist on the day. Face off to the right of Paulin. Bersani wins it clean. Left point, Fraziot. Shot blocked. Here's numbers back the other way for Carolina, but having to reach back and stemming that rush on the back check is Fraziot as he takes his man out of the play. That's Tucker. Petrantonio up ahead for Vanelli, who's headmanning this rush as a defenseman. Vanelli goes through the legs of his man. Loose in the crease. Sticked away there by Paulin. Baker off the wall, gloved out of the air, and a pass puts on the stick of Daniel Martin. Martin's all alone. 1-on-3 as Carolina's changing behind this. A pass to the middle. That one goes through Oakes as he was trying to help out. Baker will dump it into the zone as Carolina finishes the change. Vanelli from behind his own net. Long stretch pass. Hits Graham on the back of the leg, but he couldn't hold himself on the blue. And we get offsides on that play. 1:13 remaining here in the second. And from where the pass originated, that face-off will come all the way down into the Columbus end. 3-0. Thunderbirds lead it. All 3 goals coming in this period. Sargis, Martin, and Ford in that order for the men in white. Columbus wins the draw through Jagger Williamson. Ozelinch behind his own net. Rimmed it back around. Grade was expecting him to take it. Carolina trying to pinch in and hold pressure along the left point. Peavy works it down into the corner deep. Grade rims this one around with less than a minute to go in the Wild Animal Safari second period. Nicoletti, right point. His shot ramped up off of a body, and behind the net it's found by Grade. Grade gets on his horse, played it to the middle. Williamson with some speed ahead, gains a red line, chips it into the zone. Graham rubbing shoulders with Nicoletti. Graham gets the better of that battle, but the two cancel out. Loose side of the net, and Paulin will jump on that one and take no chances. Oh, there was some cross checks between Krupp and I think that's Schnapp. And Peavy is tied up with somebody as well. Look like it's MJ Graham. So you talk about two guys that were ready to just give it to each other. It was Schnapp and Krupp. And are we going to get anything out of this? Looks like they're both going to skate to the penalty box. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know who gets favored in this trade. That's two guys who can very much so put the puck in the back of the net. Columbus might think they're the better off for it with how hot Schnapp has been with 2 assists. And Columbus's offense been a little bit struggling. Krupp trying to fire up the bench. Krupp will be escorted to the room with 39.6 to go in the second. And I think we would expect Schnapp to be given the same treatment here in a minute. There he goes. He emerges from the box and heads for an early wait in the room for his teammates to rejoin him. Assuming it's only 2 minutes each, which no gloves were dropped. Some sticks and some bodies were dropped, though, that was for sure. But we'll probably be skating 4-on-4 out of this. Referees confer. Both teams have put out 4-man units. That's why I feel a little confident in that assessment. There's the official word, 4-on-4. 39.6 left to go here in the second. So we'll be 4-on-4 for the remainder of this period and for another 120 and change in terms of tenths of a second when we begin the third. 2 minutes for Schnapp, 2 minutes for Krupp. Petrantonio v. Baker on the draw. Baker lifts the stick, wins the draw, and we are back underway. That one gets past the right point in Frazier. Look out, here's Baker, left circle. McBurney coming out to challenge. He tried to go 5-hole, and McBurney closed it up. Still 4-on-4. Here is Frazier coming over his blue line. A lot of space out there. Frazier gets around one, brings it into the zone. Right circle with it. Frazier a shot. Pad save. Rebound high slot. Score! Nice effort through the 5-hole, and Austin Doe is a 6-game goal streak. Big rebound given up, and hey, a teddy bear hits the ice from a River Dragons fan who was waiting for their team's first goal. 16.9 to go in the second, 3-1, and that's huge. Something to build off of heading into the room for the Dragons. Well, obviously the crowd decidedly in favor of the Thunderbirds as the designated home team as the boos rain down, but there's more than a few happy River Dragons fans here in the building to see Austin Doe continue his hot run of play, his 12th goal of the year, and now with a 6-game goal streak. We'll give you the official scoring as we get back to this. Columbus wins the draw. Frazier circle to circle in his own end. River Dragons maybe could rush it up. It's still 4-on-4. A lot of ice here. Doe drops it back. Here's Ozelinch, left circle. Back for Doe behind the net. 5 seconds left. Works it up. Doe right circle. Lets one go, and it's blocked by Martin. And that'll do it for the second period. A stretch pass. Butita was looking for the breakaway. No way he was going to have enough time. Carolina got the better of that period, but Columbus got the last laugh with that goal with about 17 seconds left to go. 3-1. Thunderbirds lead it as we get ready for the McDonald's second intermission report. 40 minutes in the books. We'll tell you about everything we saw. First, though, we have to pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Columbus River Dragons broadcast network.
You're listening to River Dragons Hockey on WKCN HD2 Fort Benning South, Columbus, and W295AY Crystal Valley. 106.9 really rocks.
Now let's take a break. When we come back, McDonald's second intermission report after this on the Columbus River Dragons broadcast network.
If you're looking for quality dental work, look no further than Largeman Dental in Columbus, the River Dragons' trusted oral care provider. Largeman Dental provides cleaning services, restorative work, cosmetics, prosthetics, and Invisalign braces too. Dr. Largeman has over 19 years of clinical experiences in all phases of dentistry and holds memberships in 4 different esteemed dental societies. Set your next appointment by calling 706-322-6581 or visit them online at largemandental.com.
We know that juicy, cheesy, grilled to perfection burger sounds amazing, but it does sound like something is missing. Pepsi, baby! The yin to this burger's yang. Burgers and Pepsi go together like burgers and Pepsi. This perfect blending of flavors makes every bite of lettuce, every sesame seed on the bun, and every sip of that crisp, refreshing, ice-cold cola a journey to Foodtopia. Burgers, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey cheesy crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously, but as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better. Oh yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Looking to bring the whole crew out to a game? Group nights are for you. Groups of 10 or more get special ticket pricing and exclusive merchandise and experience add-ons that will make your game at the Civic Center a night to remember. For more information on group rates and packages, visit ourdragons.com/tickets or call our ticketing manager at 706-940-0476. Ask about all the great perks we can provide your group. Work friends, family functions, there's no group too big for us to handle, but it starts by visiting ourdragons.com/tickets.
When it comes to protecting your baby, you can never do enough. You bundle them up and strap them in. That's why most parents choose immunization. Nothing protects babies better from 14 serious childhood diseases. So keep up with and get the recommended immunizations for your baby by age 2. For more reasons to vaccinate, go to cdc.gov/vaccines or call 800-CDC-INFO. A message from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
Are back here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum on the McDonald's second intermission report. 3-1, Thunderbirds lead it through 40 minutes of play. Carolina got some goals in bunches in that period. Started up at the 8:09 mark when Zach Sargis let one go from the point. A screen, Bailey McBurney didn't see it go by him. Butita and Schnapp pick up the assists as Teddy Bears were sent down to the ice here in Biloxi. And what's interesting is Carolina's a listed home team, so obviously that kind of fits the teddy bear toss motif, but I wonder what would have happened if Columbus would have scored that first goal. Would they still have thrown the teddy bear toss? Because when the River Dragons scored late in the period, we saw one teddy bear from a dedicated Columbus fan down, basically if we're looking at the rink to the bottom left, but thought that was interesting, but obviously semantics cleared themselves up. On the Sargis goal, 1-0 Thunderbirds led it at that time. Then goals back-to-back in the late stages. 16:53 mark, Daniel Martin as part of a 2-on-1, chipped up into the zone by Dawson Baker. Martin made no mistake on the 2-on-1, took his time, picked his spot, and it was 2-0 just like that. Then 55 seconds later, Gus Ford continues to have a hot stick for Carolina. The Tillsonburg, Ontario native found his 8th of the year after he found a puck in the high slot, let a lane develop. And again, I don't know if McBurney saw that one. 2 out of the 3 goals, I would say McBurney probably didn't see coming. The other one was a 2-on-1 with a certified Fed goal scorer bearing down on him in Daniel Martin. So a tough time if you're a River Dragons goalie or defenseman. However, the River Dragons got some life late. 1943 mark. Currently, the goal is credited to Paul Fraziot. However, we know that is not correct. Austin Doe was the one who got the rebound, put it 5-hole through Paulin. Austin Doe, his 12th goal of the year, and a 6-game goal streak for the Estevan Saskatchewan native. Just a heck of a run he has been on, but the River Dragons need him, that line, just the whole team to wake up a little bit. Obviously helps getting a goal in the late stages. You feel good when you score in the last minute of a period, but now you got to turn that into some momentum because, again, Thunderbirds lead by 2 through 40 minutes of play. 3-1 our score. 121 of 4-on-4 time as Jacob Schnapp and Jake Krupp are both in the box. Looks like cross-checking or roughing. Not sure what officially was called. Basically, they tangled up. They gave it to each other, wrestled down to the ice in the crease of Paulin, and referee sent them to the dressing rooms a little early to end that second period of play. So there'll still be a lot of ice to work with come the start of the third. And I wondered aloud who that trade favored. And obviously with the way the scoring happened, you'd have to say Columbus because Jacob Schnapp, he's been effective out there for Carolina. 2 assists on the game. The entire Columbus offense was very lackluster. In fact, being outshot right now by a tally of 28-27. That was a second period total of 18-14 in favor of Carolina. So with that in mind, I guess Krupp decided, hey, let's get the bench fired up a little bit. And Krupp, a certified goal scorer in himself, took out a big offensive threat for a couple of minutes in Jacob Schnapp, and obviously the River Dragons bench responded in kind with a goal, again, through Austin Doe to have us sit at 3-1 through 40 minutes of play. We're slingshotting some T-shirts into the crowd here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. I have a funny T-shirt slingshot story that might be better served for off-air for my time in Grand Rapids, but it's good memories and it's a good time to see the crowd, even in the upper deck. You know you got a shot to get a T-shirt if that guy pulling the string can really get some good tension on it and fling it up towards you. The crowd of 7,000 plus is having a ball here. Carolina leads 3-1. We still have a third period left to play, but on the McDonald's second intermission report, when we come back, it's a look around the FPHL after this on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
Country Inn and Suites by Radisson, you'll enjoy comfortable accommodations close to Columbus State University, Fort Benning, and of course, the River Dragons games. Conveniently located at 1720 Fountain Court in Columbus, you'll be minutes away from all your favorite Columbus destinations. Free high-speed Wi-Fi and hot breakfast always available too. So whether you're staying for business or for pleasure, make your next stay in Columbus a comfortable one at the official hotel partner of the River Dragons. Country Inn and Suites by Radisson.
Let Shred Away, a division of the Overby Company, take care of all your document shredding needs. We can design a custom shredding program for your business today. No need to purchase equipment, no maintenance expenses, no need to prepare records for destruction, increase employee productivity, increase security, no worry. Was it really destroyed? Right now, all new customers can receive 10% off. Shred Away, a division of the Overby Company, locally owned and operated in downtown Columbus. That's Shred Away, 706-577-9668.
Stay up to date with everything Columbus River Dragons by following the team on social media. Stay in the know with all the team news on Facebook and Instagram. Get live in-game updates via Twitter. And of course, catch every game on the YouTube page. Following is easy. Search at @C_River Dragons on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. It's never been easier to stay in the loop with your favorite hockey team, so what's stopping you? Drop us a fun comment or send us a message, and we may just feature you on the feeds. That's @C_River Dragons on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube.
Are back here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. River Dragons trail the Thunderbirds through 40 minutes of play on the McDonald's second intermission report by a score of 3-1. Got a lot to talk about McDonald's here in a moment, but first, the crowd is roaring in excitement as they have the FPHL all-time record, 7,288, just announced here in the building. My, oh my, it is a packed house here in the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. When you could seat 9,000 plus for hockey, and this building still looks very full, that tells you you've done something right. The crew here in Biloxi, Joe Pace, I know, has been a big figurehead, a big key guy in the public here in southern Mississippi. Man, they've done a heck of a job here in this market. And there's still a game to go. Remember, I mean, obviously this one is phenomenal on a Friday night, but we've got December 30th, Columbus at Port Huron. So you're going to have one more game, one more chance if you're a Biloxi hockey fan to come on out, celebrate, support the idea of getting an FPHL franchise with these test games, if you will, in the neutral site. And again, I don't really have any say in the matter, not really part of anything expansion committee with the league, but man, I would just say from being here through 2 of the 3 games, test passed with flying colors so far. Time to take a look around the FPHL, brought to you by Zelmo's Zip-In. Zelmo's, fueling life's passions. We got finals elsewhere in the league. We went to overtime in Danbury. After Port Huron had 3 goals in the second, the Hat-Tricks responded with 3 of their own. Power play goal, Corey Anderson. Johnny Ruiz, even strength at 7:07. And then 11:40 mark, Corey Anderson, his second of the game, second of the period. That made it 5-5. Overtime actually did not produce a winner. 7 shots, 4 of them going Port Huron's way, but we had to go all the way to the skills contest. Danbury scored with their first 2, and Dustin Gisso and Gordy Bunnell. Austin Federley tallied one in the second, but it was still 2-1 Danbury. And as it went all the way down into the 5th, Dustin Gisso again. Remember, the shootout rule in the Fed is 5 shooters for a shootout in regulation, but after 3, you can start repeating. So Dustin Gisso was allowed to go again in the 5th round. He scored, sealed the game. A 3-1 shootout win in that contest gives a 6-5 Hat-Tricks win for the game. 2 points going Danbury's way, 1 point going Port Huron's way. Elsewhere, we also have a final in Delaware, and the Thunder are still looking for their first win of the season, unfortunately. Last we left it was 4-1 in the third period. Tyler Jurich gets his first goal of the year on the power play for Binghamton. That made it 5-1. Brandon Lucchesi drew one back for Delaware, 5-2, with about 15 minutes to play, but nothing was doing after that. Binghamton wins 5-2. Of note, an interesting scrum at the end, 29 seconds left to go in the third. Brett Parker roughing, Trevor Babin cross-checking. In case you don't know, Trevor Babin is a goaltender, so a goaltender picking up a cross-checking penalty. And also Brett Parker picked up a game misconduct out of that. Also, Eric Oganesov, a headbutting major in game misconduct in the third. Man, there was a lot of bad behavior in that one. You have to wonder if the league might be looking at some of that for some suspensions potentially coming up. I'll just say this, it's around Christmas time, Binghamton and Delaware. Santa is watching. And of course, here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum, Carolina 3, Columbus 1 through 40 minutes. We still have the third period to play. The Zambonis on the ice, I'd say he's about halfway done. So why don't we go ahead and call that a good time to take a break? When we come back, a look ahead to the Houston Clinic third period after this on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
Texas Roadhouse, we're famous for our hand-cut steaks, fall-off-the-bone ribs, made from scratch sides, ice-cold beer, and our irresistible fresh-baked bread. We take great care in everything we prepare, serve with big smiles at a great value. Visit us at 2970 North Lake Parkway in Columbus or call ahead seating at 706-323-6616. Curbside takeout available too. We're proud to be your hometown favorite and are always focused on providing legendary food and legendary service. Texas Roadhouse.
The Chattahoochee favorite place for spirits in the valley is John Emerald Distilling Company in Opelika. Conveniently located in beautiful downtown Opelika, they're open Monday through Saturday for tours, tasting, and bottle sales. Not in Opelika? No problem. From Birmingham to Columbus, there's plenty of places where John Emerald originals are sold. Check out some of their favorite recipes at johnemeralddistilling.com and give them a follow on social media at JED Spirits on Twitter and Instagram.
Progress. It's the belief that your life should be easier, that life should be fun, and that the best is yet to come. With us, you have a provider who pours everything into bringing progress home. And it's not just some big name in a faraway glass tower. That provider is here. That provider is Beam. With local service and faster internet, the only place you're going is forward. And we're taking you there. Progress. Your Beam. Your way.
It's River Dragon season, and it's time to get out to a game. Visit Ticketmaster or the Civic Center box office to purchase tickets to the next game or any game left this season. Visit rdragons.com to check the schedule and stay up to date with everything River Dragons hockey. The defending Ignite Cup champions are looking to keep their winning ways, and you can be part of the best atmosphere in the FPHL to help make it happen. Purchase tickets online on Ticketmaster or skip the fees and visit the Columbus Civic Center box office during normal business hours. Get up and get loud, Columbus. The River Dragons are ready to roar.
We are back here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. McDonald's second intermission report. 3-1, Carolina leads it. I'm Zach DeBozart. Big thanks to McDonald's, the Peasold family, and the Chattahoochee Valley area McDonald's. In case you hadn't noticed, the ugly sweaters are up live on Dash. Big thanks to those guys, plus Q1073 for help making this possible. All proceeds from the Dash auction benefit the Ronald McDonald House Charities of West Georgia. Bid on your favorite player's jersey now. Bid early, bid often. Stake your claim. You don't have to worry about overtime then if you get there to a point where you know you're going to win that jersey. Jersey auctions will end. We've estimated it to be around the second intermission. We want to make sure we can get that through. Third period, obviously, winners will know who they are. And if you're at the game and you've won a jersey, you'll be invited to a special meet and greet where you can meet your player, take it right off their back, get it signed probably as well. And again, all the proceeds from this great drive and great experience will go to Ronald McDonald House Charities of West Georgia. Very thankful for everything that went on with that. Well, here we go. We have got the final period of play coming up. Columbus, obviously, a little bit of momentum on their side with that Austin Doe goal late. But Carolina scoring in bunches there in that second period. They're sitting on a 3-1 lead right now. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see the bench from Carolina definitely a little thinner than Columbus's. You have to believe if you keep the legs moving, if you keep pushing towards net, firing shots at Paulin, you're going to get that defense to crack in some way. And if you can find one past Paulin, hey, at that point, I really think it's game on. If Columbus gets the next one, really does feel like it's game on, and let's go. For Carolina, obviously they're looking for another one to try and really help because, let's be honest, 2-goal lead, most dangerous in hockey. So let's see what happens when we get ready for the third. That'll do it. When we come back, Call the Houston Clinic third period is next on the Columbus River Dragons Radio Network.
In 1999, Watley Convenience Stores opened its first Zelmo's Zip-In. Our first store was in Leesburg, Georgia, and followed quickly by our second store in the Columbus, Phoenix City area in 2000. Since then, the brand has grown to include 11 stores in the Chattahoochee Valley and Southwest Georgia. Zelmo's is an anchor in the communities it operates in. Our managers, employees, and vendors are all an integral part of the neighborhoods and communities we serve. We are proud to call these areas home and plan to continue growing with and serving the communities of West Georgia and East Alabama. Zelmo's, fueling life's passions.
Looking to update that hockey game day wardrobe? The best place to do that is to visit the online home for all River Dragons licensed apparel, ourdragonsmerch.com. With new designs coming out all the time and special promotional and sale offers always live, there's always a reason to check back to the site and score some new gear. Plus, lots of fun souvenirs and other knickknacks that make great gifts for all sorts of occasions. So get there to ourdragonsmerch.com, the official store for all team licensed apparel. That's ourdragonsmerch.com.
I'm Alicia Lawrence, the Director of Communications for Muskogee County School District, and I am so excited about this year's United Way campaign. I've been given for over 5 years to the United Way of the Chattahoochee Valley, and I think it's so important that we top our goals this year and go even above for our community during this tough year. If you want to give, go ahead and reach out to unitedwayofvcv.org today to find out how you can contribute.
We are back here, Mississippi Coast Coliseum, getting ourselves ready for the Call of the Houston Clinic third period. We're on the final minute in that intermission clock. Teams will be back on the ice momentarily, and they are pushing a heck of a lot of water on that, I don't know if it's a gash in the ice or whatever it might be, that's to the side of the net to our left, the one that Bailey McBurney was defending last period, that Chris Paulin will defend this period. Dylan Clark and I, the Carolina Thunderbirds broadcast, just sort of remarking, and we really can't see from up here from what we've been told. Well, let's just get through this last third period, and then obviously a couple of weeks for the ice crew to get in and do its magic in more of a refined sense than it is a, maybe call it a MacGyver sense, because obviously we're in the middle of a game right now. River Dragons hockey brought to you all season long by Sherry and her crew of master barbers at Old School Barber Shop in downtown Columbus, 1041 First Avenue. They'll be open 10 a.m. Saturday. You can call ahead for an appointment at 706-321-5930 or schedule your appointments online through Facebook or through their website, oldschoolbarber.com. Old School Barber Shop, the official men's barber shop of your Columbus River Dragons. Teams are back out onto the ice. We're getting ourselves ready to go. Bailey McBurney plows the driveway over to our right. He has stopped 25 of 28 shots he has seen so far in this one. And the River Dragons, dressed in the ugly sweater jerseys, the black base with a lot of red in the shoulders and secondary, teal and white trim, white numbers. They go right to left. Over to our left, it is Chris Paulin. Paulin has stopped 26 of 27, and the Thunderbirds are going left to right in their script and state white jerseys, black helmets and pants, red numbers, black and red trim all throughout. Left to right across your radio dial. 4-on-4. Oh, my. So they are booming the speakers right now, in case you couldn't hear from over the crowd mics. And apparently they're booming them so loud, they're knocking some stuff out of the speakers because stuff is falling from the center Jumbotron. Dust, debris, whatever you might want to call it. It's going to have to be cleaned up here. Players are realizing it, and they're going to get the ice crew out to handle that. Listen, we remarked it when we were here in Biloxi against Port Huron. Sound system works. It is loud. It is booming. When you're at a game, you feel like you're part of the action. Unfortunately, those speakers are also, getting a workout, and I don't know if it's dust. I don't know if it's debris. I don't know what they're blowing out, but they're blowing out something onto the ice surface, and we are unfortunately going to have a delay to start this third period. Well, we saw a similar situation in the second. Didn't really favor anybody, and it was Carolina who got the better of it by getting that first goal, the 8:09 mark. They're going to bring a squeegee out and basically try to mop up what they can, and then, I don't know, basically broom and dustpan that up. That's a different one on me. Never seen debris of that kind sort of fluttering to the ice, as you can kind of see it if you're watching it on YouTube, happening just outside the red line. It's interesting to remark, too, because we kind of talked about this a little bit off air. The possibility of it, I don't think it's going to happen, and if it does, I thought we would get noticed, but with the ice surface being, something of an issue on one particular end of the ice, the zone to our left, that I don't know if it's a gash or a cut or whatever it is, Bailey McBurney and pointed it out quite a bit, and the ice crew was doing a lot of work to it during the period and, during the intermission as well. There is rules and there are protocols for basically an unfair ice surface, if you will, and because that's so far into one zone, I feel like we would have been told if this were to happen, but just in case it for some reason does, in the third period, if referees on ice rule that the surface is unfairly, weighted or basically something is not fair in one zone, as opposed to having one team play 40 minutes in there, in the third period, at the 10-minute mark, there's a hard stop to basically put the period in half and have the teams change ends. The only time I've personally ever seen it, I was actually at the game. It was the Winter Classic between the Red Wings and the Maple Leafs that was in Ann Arbor, Michigan. The reason for that was the wind was blowing so fiercely in one direction. It basically created a headwind for one team, tailwind for the other. So in the third period, at the 10-minute mark, they had to cut the play dead. And the Red Wings fans, I will tell you, in attendance were very unhappy because I believe it was Henrik Zetterberg who was going on a 2-on-1 rush to try and tie the game up for Detroit. But everyone was informed. Rules were rules. And as much as the Red Wings fans and the Michigan faithful at Ann Arbor that day were unhappy, that was what it had to be. I don't anticipate that happening here, but if there ever were a situation we'd see that in the Fed, this could be it, with so much attention having to be paid to that goal crease and just net mouth and side of the net area in the zone to our left. If it is a hindrance at all, right now Chris Paulin has to deal with it as opposed to Bailey McBurney. And if they don't call it, I guess the River Dragons get a little bit of an advantage out of it, but I don't know how much, if at all, they might have as they continue to sweep some water, or squeegee some water, I should say, over it. I don't know. Tough to tell. We don't really have any eyes or ears down there to know what exactly they're working on, what they're looking at, but it has taken up a considerable amount of time, that is for sure. And, for everything that has gone right here today in Biloxi, and there has been so much of it, this just a minor sore spot, if that. But, hey, we got one more period of regulation to play, and then there's about 2 weeks to be able to work on it and get it ready for December 30th. All right, ice maintenance door closed. Teams are ready to go. We are 4-on-4 for a minute and 21. Remember that. Schnapp and Krupp in the box for their respective teams. Ford v. Petrantonio. Puck is down. Houston Clinic third period underway with the River Dragons winning the draw. Frazier to Doe. Finds Vanelli. He reaches for this, and at the red line, he'll dump that one in. Behind the net, Paulin slows it up. Petrantonio first to it. Backhand chip went over Doe's stick, and Butita plays it out to the center. Frazier tried to chip a man, but Oakes was able to get the better of the stick clash, work it into the zone. Vanelli, big check on him, slows his momentum. Oakes spins this one down behind the net for Butita, tries to put it to the middle for Ford. Frazier cutting over on the play, gets his stick in the way. Here's Petrantonio up ahead. Carolina puts some numbers back on the change. Petrantonio right wing circle. Thought about the wraparound. He was headed off there by Joe Pace. Petrantonio left point, leaves it there for Ozelinch. He's bodied up by Pace, and Carolina takes it back over. Ford, good stick there by Ozelinch in the back check. Knocks it away for a moment. Butita right circle. Pass across the slot, knocks off a body, and goes right back to him. 25 seconds left to go here in the 4-on-4. Just about a minute gone in period number 3. Thunderbirds currently lead at 3-1. McBurney sticks one away at the side of the net. Butita to the middle, and Peavy had a chance at that, put a stick to it, but couldn't find the angle to put it on goal. 10 seconds left in the 4-on-4. River Dragons take possession of the puck. They skate it. A pass left wing side. Williamson reaches, is able to settle it in the zone. Williamson drives to the middle. Nice little stick deke there, but couldn't get the puck to settle. Reached back, whiffed. Both guys out of the box, Krupp and Schnapp, and we're back to 5-on-5. Left wing circle, stopping up at the hash marks. It's Nicoletti to Talipov at the point. Back down at the hash marks there for Ford. Off the bench, Tucker with speed, and then stopped up in the slot. Good stick right there by Doyle. Williamson gets held up along the half wall. Doyle pinches his man. That's Tucker. Almost some interference. A couple of Carolina fans in attendance might have wanted it, but we play on. Doyle and Tucker battling in at this one. Now it moves up onto a Columbus stick. MJ Graham flips it to the center. Now left wing side. Krupp gets to it first. Nicoletti heading him off behind the net. Krupp to the middle, and that one went through. MJ Graham skates as he was trying to drive the net. Here's Dawson Baker, left wing side, 2-on-2 as he hits the line. Frazier, good job getting his body in the way, prevented that rush from developing. Anderson can't get it out though off glass. Left point, a shot, whiffed on there by Talipov, and trying to come out with this puck is Dalton Anderson. He gets his stick lifted, and the puck falls free on the near side wall. Zach Sargis, check there. Schmidt pushes it into the zone, 2-on-1 if Morrow could get to it first. A good stick right there by Talipov, cancels it out in the corner. It's a 2-on-2 scrum. Anderson, an acute angle shot. I think that was behind the goal line, and he put that one on Paul and forced him to make a save. That would have been a heck of an effort if Anderson out of nowhere could have found a way to bank it in, but it stayed loose side of the net, and Paulin covers it for the whistle. 17:29 left to go here in the third. Thunderbirds still lead it by a score of 3-1. Peavy wins the draw. Defensive zone for Carolina. Rimmed around to the far wall. Schnapp dangerously played that to the middle, but first on it was Barr. Chipped there by Peavy and couldn't get it deeper into the zone. Columbus doing a good job holding at their line. Morrow dumps this one in. Behind the net it goes. Pace lined up for a big hit right there by Armstrong. Backhand rim around. Right point. Vanellia's shot. That one blocked. And then Pace had some words for Armstrong at the end of that one. Left point held in by Frazier, but quickly turned over. Here's Carolina with 3-on-2 numbers back. Had to stay on side with it. Barr left circle shot. Slowed up the rush. It was blocked and gets sent to the open near wing. Frazier rims it around. Barr lays a hit onto him. 16:45 left to go here in the third. Dragons down by a pair. Petrantonio, good stick handles, knocks Ford down as he broke his ankles. Petrantonio shot, blocked by Pace. Rebound loose in the crease, and Nicoletti able to clear the danger. Right point, held in by Grade. Down behind the net for Doe. To the middle, kick to his stick, Bersani, and he couldn't wave at it out of the air. Doe up to the right point. Grade holds in, fires. Glove save made by Paulin, who was without his stick. Lost that at the side of the net. Able to catch it and hold on for the whistle. 16:22 left to go here in the third. 3-1. Thunderbirds currently lead it here at home, in air quotations, a neutral site game in Biloxi, Mississippi that sees a crowd of 7,200 eagerly awaiting to see if they'll get a franchise come up next season. Petrantonio, high slot, and that one just missed the top right corner. Bad turnover by Carolina. Loose in the crease, and Paulin was able to pat it away, and then he has it in the glove hand. Some careless clears right there by Carolina. Had Petrantonio looking for himself to be on a 6-game goal streak. Just missed that one wide. And Paulin, again, able to make a good squeeze, get a save, and get a whistle. 16:10 to go here in the third. Face off to the left of Paulin. Bersani wins it, but he didn't win it back hard enough to the defense. Gus Ford takes it away for Carolina. Ford, right circle, fires well wide of the blocker hand on McBurney. Butita along the half wall, popped on his stick on a weird way, bouncing between bodies. Butita resettles it. He's at the center point, pushes it down into the right wing corner. Tucker and Ozelinch, they tie up sticks. Grade also involved in this scrum. Butita trying to vulture it out. 2-on-2 battle over the left shoulder of McBurney. Pushes out to the slot. Ford faked the shot, got a man to go down. Right circle, couldn't pull the triggers. There was nothing to shoot at. Ford with it, right wing hash, down into the corner for Tucker. Tried to cycle it back. Petrantonio read it, rims this one around. Nicoletti holds in left point. His shot, and a bad save made by McBurney. Saw it through some bodies. Center point, held in by Sargis. He looks, fires, blocked there by Bersani. Couldn't go in on a rush. That's held in by Nicoletti. His effort from the left point gets blocked in front. Butita, right circle, stopped before it could reach McBurney, and he sticks it away out of danger. Doe finds this one, lays it back for the defense. That's Edgar Ozelinch behind his own net. And Columbus will get a change here for some fresh bodies. Jagger Williamson chips that into the zone. MJ Graham on his horse, gets in front of Zach Sargis. Right wing corner, he let it go by him. Now those two tie up. Jagger Williamson, he gets hit away from the puck there. We're playing on here. Now Talipov has Graham tied up along the end boards. Talipov works it out. A penalty coming up as Williamson was dumped down at the end of that. And Zach Sargis, the guilty party, as he has to go recollect his stick. 14:47 to go in the third. We'll get immediate timeout. We'll tell you about that penalty up after this. 3-1. Columbus down, but heading to the power play on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
An injury can be a game changer. That's why Houston Sports Medicine Team provides urgent ortho care, Saturday morning injury clinics during hockey season, and an emergency room at Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. An injury can be a game changer, and immediate evaluation and care can be a game changer too. For more information, go to Houston.com or call 706-324-6661.
We are back here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. River Dragons heading to the Georgia Power play for just the second time tonight. Zach Sargis, 2 minutes for interference with 14:47 left to go in the third. I'm Zach DeBozart. Happy you're spending part of your Friday night, and it's getting pretty late over there in the Eastern time zone. We're already past 11:30. Some of you might be past your bedtime. We appreciate you staying up late with us here on the River Dragons Broadcast Network. They were doing some more ice work, some more ice work to that goal over to our left. Chris Paulin now is just returning over to his crease. He gets ready to defend against this River Dragons power play that is, again, 0 for 1 so far tonight. Jagger Williamson against John Butita on this draw. Butita pointing, wants Williamson to square up. Williamson wins it clean. Right point, faking the shot is Grade. Check that. Williamson and Grade play a little catch. Now Doyle left point a drive and a pad save made there by Paulin. Sweeping over to his right and sees it. Doyle holds in. Left wing, left point, moves it along the blue line, finds Williamson right wing circle. He skates down with it at the hash marks. To Grade right point. Fake the shot. Doyle couldn't pull the trigger either. D to D back to Grade here. 25 seconds already gone in this power play. Pass to the middle, chipped up off of a stick. Oakes rims it around, not nearly hard enough. Doyle holds in left point. Gets it to MJ Graham, left circle, couple of head fakes, has it on the forehand, backdoor play, Williamson fires, what a glove save by Paulin as he was down and out but somehow reached back. Doyle a drive and he just missed wide of the blocker hand. Columbus power play buzzing right now. Can they find the back of the net to cut this lead to 1? Right point, here's Grade, no shooting lane there. Williamson at the half wall, nice stick moves. He gets himself some space, gives it to MJ Graham. Now those two trade places. Graham center point to Doyle, left circle, fires deflect, Krupp, and he couldn't send it in. Williamson takes a big check there by Talipov. Held in right point by Grade. 55 seconds left to go here in this man advantage for Columbus. The Georgia power play. MJ Graham, left wing corner. Krupp with it. He takes it on the cycle. Krupp works it up the wall. Left point to Doyle. Back to Krupp, left wing circle. Looks, fires, shoulder save made. Rebound, pop loose on the back door. Williamson was late getting to it. Back to the right point it goes for Grade. Grade looks, fires, deflect, Krupp, and score! Jay Krupp, what a tip! Tie gets this game back within 1. 13:21 to go in the third, and that's the clutch power play right there for the River Dragons that we've been seeing of late. Well, I thought that goal was so nice from Columbus it should count double, but it is just 1, and it is 3-2. Columbus trails, but a power play goal from Jay Krupp on the tip. 1 for 2 on the Georgia power play, and now some life. 6:39 into the Houston Clinic third period. Where have we seen this story before? Down by multiple goals, a power play goal. Well, we just think back to a week ago, last Friday. Binghamton Black Bears at a 5-2 lead in the third. Not nearly as egregious here, but 3-1 now becomes 3-2 with a power play goal. And remember, in that time, it became a 3 power play goal in a row streak as the crowd applauds, and maybe a little bit sarcastically, that the Thunderbirds got the goal first. It said 4-1 for a moment, then flipped back to 3-2. We're back underway. River Dragons just need 1 to get themselves back in this one. This one flipped up into the zone. Morrow couldn't touch it. He was in a delayed offsides position. That clock has not run yet. Now it does start. About 10-15 seconds that went off before they realized it. Nobody really paying attention, I guess. Either way, Carolina flips into the zone with Baker. He couldn't recollect his own dump in. And now here's Armstrong. Nice spin move. Dodges a check there from Schnapp, but it's tied up in the feet. Schnapp will push Armstrong closer to that Carolina bench. Vanelli lays it back there for his D partner, Frazier. Frazier along the half wall sends it ahead, and Anderson couldn't field that cleanly. Otherwise, he had a breakaway going back the other way. Now here's Schnapp, 3-on-2 as they hit the line with the pass left wing side to Tucker. His shot patted away McBurney. Rebound effort went off Vanelli, and then that was a save made again by the Columbus netminder. Morrow, right wing circle. He gets checked there by Nicoletti. This one goes rimmed around. Frazier from behind the net. He takes his time and will set up a rush. 12:35 left to go here in the third. Dragons trailing by 1, but they've got the last 2 in this game. Austin Doe, end of the second period, and then a power play goal from Jake Krupp just moments ago. Moving this one ahead, Petrantonio couldn't find the handle as he hit the blue line on sides. Dumped down, but it's on net, so no icing here against the Thunderbirds. McBurney will slow it up there for Grade. This one rims around. Here's Austin Doe boxing out, gloved out of the air by Oaks. Petrantonio couldn't get it onto his stick. And back in the Carolina end, Talipov just plays it to the red line. Columbus with the dump in on net. Paulin sticks it away, and behind the cage it goes for Cody Oaks. Oaks moves this one over, left wing side to Martin. Geometry is off on the pass. Barr didn't have the right route in the playbook. This one dumped down, no icing. As they say, Talipov could have touched it. D to D, corner to corner pass. Martin gets checked there. Doe trying to vulture it out. Talipov gets to the loose puck first, directly behind Carolina net. 11:40 left to go here in the third. Martin can't chip around Doyle. He holds in along the half wall. Doyle to the middle, back towards goal. Doe, left point. Schmidt looks, fires, and a blocker save made there by Paulin. Doe with it on the left wing circle. Trying to flip it out there is Barr. Schmidt, another shot, and a save made there by Paulin. He had to take that one on the chest. Justin Schmidt, good effort right there. 11:22 to go in the third. Not one, but 2 shots from distance, forcing saves out of the Carolina netminder. Both goaltenders have gone to their benches as if we have a media timeout. We took our under 15, so I'm not sure what's going on with this, and referees will quickly eschew everybody from their benches, and now we will continue back on this. Not sure who wanted the break more, but neither team was allowed to get the break. Face off to the right of Paulin. Ford wins it away from Williamson. Rimmed around the boards by Sargis. Butita on the half wall. Bobbled it for a moment. Enough time for Frazier to pinch in on the play and get a check on him. Krupp in the corner. He's got the game's last goal. Puts it to the middle off the side of the net, and it was loose in the crease for a moment before Carolina cleared. Williamson still has it. Left wing circle with it. Now skates the top of the slot. Plays it. Left circle. Graham fires. Save made. Paulin making himself look big right at the top of his crease. And Graham and Schnapp are going to go after it. Schnapp put Graham down. Graham cross-checks Schnapp back. And Paulin is going to get in the way of the Newport Richey, Florida native Jacob Schnapp. Obviously, neither team wants to take a penalty here. And it's a veteran play by Paulin, especially because when Columbus gets the power play going in the third period, they find heat quickly, as evidenced by the 1 power play goal they already have in this period. So Paulin trying to make sure his guy doesn't give Columbus a man advantage. And it looks like everybody cools off. Carolina makes a change. Columbus does not. We're still 5-on-5 here. 10:58 to go in the third. Williamson wins the draw, but it's dropped unfairly. That might have been for the better of Columbus, though, as Baker was ready to take that puck before it reached the defense. If he would have chipped, he might have had a breakaway. Williamson and Peavy on the draw. Tied up in the feet. Peavy down on his backside. Graham finds it between the feet. Graham to the middle. Williamson had it knocked off a stick by Martin. Frazier, a blast and a save made by Paulin. Deep in his butterfly. Caught that one up high on the shoulder and swallows up the rebound. 10:49 left to go here in the third. Dragons trailing by 1. 3-2 our score. They've got the last 2 goals in this game. Williamson v. Peavy again. Peavy wins it to the half wall. Oaks flips this one up, falls to earth on the right wing circle. Krupp found it in the slot, couldn't push it down deeper though, and it goes out into the neutral zone where Doyle will play it into the zone. Delayed offsides. Columbus touches up. Oaks, deft little stick handling play there with his back towards the forechecking Williamson. Now here comes Carolina back the other way. Martin trying to play that to the middle. Frazier doing a good job clogging up that passing lane. Martin still with it on his stick on the backhand. Now moves it to forehand. Played it down into the corner. Peavy a shot. Stick save made there by McBurney. Bernie, and then a couple of bodies collide. Krupp and Peavy going at it, and a penalty's coming up here against Krupp. It looks like on the hit. Frazier will get the touch. And charging is the signal. Not one you see very often. Too many guys getting called for charging much anymore, but Krupp, I guess, got the legs going, turned into a hit there, and he'll sit for 2 minutes. 10:13 left to go here in the third. And the Dragons have to deal with a Houston Clinic penalty kill, their third of the night. Hey, speaking of Krupp, for those of you playing along with us at home, Jay Krupp from Jake Grade at the 6:39 mark of the third. That was the power play goal to get us to this point at 3-2. Now the Dragons have to kill off another Houston Clinic penalty kill to try and keep this game at 1 goal. Butita at the right point, trying to work it down deeper. Doe clogging that one up. Eventually gets to the right wing corner for Ford. Ford at the hash marks, moves it to the right point for Talipov. Now right circle for Ford, circle to circle, and whiffing on the slap shot there is Baker from Ovi's office. This one rimmed around by Petrantonio, not out, held in left point. Ford, a shot deflected off the base of the post. Oh my, that took a crazy tip, and McBurney has the iron to thank on that one. 35 seconds already gone in this Houston Clinic penalty kill. Right point, Ford skates it, looks for a shooting lane, winds up, fires, pad save, and the rebound goes out well past Baker at the half wall. Lays it off to Talipov. Oh, Talipov drops him up, and a penalty coming up here as Petrantonio nearly went out on a breakaway, and Talipov had to haul him down to prevent that. That kills the remainder of the 1:12 left on Krupp, and we'll be 4-on-4 for some time. Media timeout, 4-on-4 play coming up after this 30-second break here on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
Vectorply is a world leader in development, manufacturing, and distribution of composite reinforcement materials for any and all projects you might have. Headquartered right here in Phoenix City, Vectorply prides itself on providing superior and timely customer service for all their customers' inquiries. No project is too big or too small for Vectorply. For more information on what they can do for you and your project, visit Vectorply.com. That's VECTORPLY.com. And get started on your next big project today.
Welcome back in Mississippi Coast Coliseum. River Dragons just killed off a J. Krupp minor by way of drawing a penalty themselves. Josh Petrantonio forced Ramil Talipov to take him down. 2 minutes for hooking to the Russian. And we'll be 4-on-4 here for a minute and 12. 3-2 our score in favor of Carolina. Lots of ice and a 48-second abridged Georgia power play for the River Dragons when Krupp becomes a free man. Faceoff will come to the left of Paulin. They've once again done a whole bunch of work on that ice near the goal to our left. We're not trading ends. This is the way we're dealing with it, though. 4-on-4. River Dragons have scored a 4-on-4 goal. That was the goal scored by Austin Doe in the late stages of the second. Then a power play tally from Jake Krupp has brought them back within one. Let's see if they can find the back of the net again. Shot from the right point, knocked away by Oakes before Williamson could get a tip on it. And here comes Carolina back the other way. Martin, spinorama pass. Butita gets around one, left circle. He's got some space, backhand across, and nobody's sitting on the back door in a white jersey. Williamson finds this puck on his stick. He's got MJ Graham on his left. Gives it to him. 2-on-2 as they hit the line. Graham stops up top of the left wing circle. Back check there by Nicoletti. Williamson finds it in the slot, and that one blocked by Oakes. Daniel Martin finished off his check. Now back the other way. Butita on a stretch pass, and he couldn't handle that puck. McBurney comes just out of his crease to play it away from the Thunderbirds forward. Now on the near side circle. Graham on the backhand. Can't flip it out. Nicoletti holds it in. 30 seconds still left to go here in this 4-on-4. Ford with this right circle, dodges away from one man, has it in the slot. Good stick by Vanelli, stayed with him and knocked it off him as he was trying to pull the trigger. Now on the far side corner with it. Here is Baker. Baker gets knocked down by a good check there from Vanelli. Bersani lays it back. That was Frazier. Vanelli has the puck right now, and he'll settle it up behind his own net. 3 seconds left as Krupp is standing up in the box, waiting to get out. Here's a Georgia power play for 49 seconds. Frazier thought about the stretch pass to Krupp out of the box, thought better of it. Petrantonio over to Vanelli, and running into each other were Bersani and Vanelli. No icing, though, as the puck didn't have enough gas. Ford dumps this one down. Remember, it is a power play here for Columbus, so right now Carolina can do that. Under 30 seconds left to go here in the Talapoff Miners. So Bridge, Georgia Power play, 1 for 2 so far tonight. Petrantonio dumps this one in, right wing corner. It rims itself around. Doe checked there by Oakes. Half wall found by Bersani. Left point, Fraziot. Back for Bersani. He's on the backhand, trying to work it down deeper. Oakes bothering Doe for the puck, cycled it back. Bersani, left point, Fraziot fires a shot. That one blocked in front, loose in the slot, and then it was cleared away by a Carolina stick. Bersani, left circle to Doe at the bottom of the circles. Played it to the top. Fraziot fires, glove save made by Paulin. Full stretch to get around some bodies. Might have guessed which lane it was coming down. He guessed correctly. Snares it out of the air just as Talipov gets out of the box. 7:19 left to go here in the third. 1 for 3 now on the Georgia Power play tonight are the Dragons. And a face-off will come to Paulin's left. Paulin's right. Everybody was lined up to the left. Now everybody moves themselves over when they see where the linesman is. Tied up. Anderson wins it on a second effort. Ozelinch left point. Shot. Blocked there by Schnapp. Ozelinch second effort. Puts it down into the corner. Nicoletti first on it. Armstrong all over him. Morrow tripped over his own stick, but it goes to the far wall for Armstrong. Now here's a shot from Anderson, and that one just wide of the blocker hand. On the half wall, Anderson hustles to it first. Ozelinch left point. D across. Grade fires a shot. Pad save made by Paulin, seeing it with no traffic in front. In the left wing corner, Morrow, he gets tied up. Gus Ford going after him. Those two with a good battle. Works up to the point. Ozelinch, D. Grade again. Fires one. And that gets blocked in front by Butita. Schnapp trying to get out of the zone. Grade, good poke. Holden along the line for a moment. Now Butita gains the red. Softly dumps it in at McBurney. And he is forced to pick that one up off the ice and get a whistle. 6:35 left to go here in the third. 3-2. Thunderbirds still lead it, trying to hold on to this lead. Columbus has come roaring back. They now lead in shots, 38-35 on the Heckler & Koch shot counter here on the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Face-off coming to the left of McBurney. Tied up. Baker tried to push it forward. Fraziot took it off of his stick. Krupp on the near side wall. Plays that one down, hit a weird part of the kick plate, and Martin has it now for Carolina. Martin had it poked off his stick by Doyle, then a weak shot falls right into Doyle's feet. His outlet attempt hits a Carolina body. Williamson has to rush over and grab it. 6:13 to go here in the third. Still 3-2 in favor of Carolina. Columbus has the last two in this one, though. Trying to get one more to start making this interesting. Graham from the red line, left wing, dumps this in. It rims around, pace with a chip there. Fraziot saw it but couldn't get over to the right point in time. Now has to hustle back as Daniel Martin's all over him. Martin lifts his stick in time, but then Fraziot on the comeback around was able to take it away from him. Here's Jay Krupp. Flips that one out to center. MJ Graham settles it down. He's in on sides. Graham couldn't push it over to a streaking Williamson. It's still in the zone for MJ, though. MJ a pass down to the circles. Krupp waits backhand, trying to go across. It's still loose. Side of the net, and Graham couldn't get a stick. Butita finds a loose puck in the neutral zone, dumps it in, and Carolina will get a wholesale change behind this. Columbus has their legs moving. They're hustling with this one. Vanelli, good move around one. He's got the left wing side. Vanelli, Deeks, backhand, cuts it across, and Petrantonio just couldn't find the handle in the slot. This one works down into the corner, hits Nicoletti on the twig, and he will push that one out to center. Doyle has it at the red line. This one chipped in. Behind the net it goes for Joe Pace to have it. He'll slap it around. Doe stops it up with the body right at the half wall. To Bersani in the corner. Doyle, a blast! A save made by Paulin. Saw that through some traffic. Here comes Gus Ford the other way. 3-on-3 as he hits the line. Ford right wing circle and a glove save made by McBurney. Wanted to play it off, but nothing doing as the whistle went early. 4:46 left to go in the third, our final media timeout. Back with the end of regulation after this on the Columbus River Dragons Radio Network.
An injury can be a game changer. That's why Houston Sports Medicine Team provides urgent ortho care, Saturday morning injury clinics during hockey season, and an emergency room at Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. An injury can be a game changer, and immediate evaluation and care can be a game changer too. For more information, go to Houston.com or call 706-324-6661.
We are back here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. 4:46 left to go in the Houston Clinic third period, and the River Dragons trail 3-2. The Carolina Thunderbirds here on their ugly sweater weekend. Remember, these ugly sweaters with the Santa hat logo and the ugly sweater design all throughout are available in the Dash app, DASH. Free on all Android and iOS devices. Bid now, bid early, bid often. The jerseys will end on Saturday during the second intermission, roughly how we've timed it out, and proceeds benefiting the Ronald McDonald House Charities of West Georgia. Big thanks to Peasolds, the Chattahoochee Valley Area McDonald's, and Q1073 for their partnership in that endeavor. Pass Carolina. Butita has it in the slot, and then it ramped up off of his stick, and he sent it high over the bar. Carolina has to dump it back in through Sargis. Thunderbirds touching up on the delayed offsides. Plenty of time here for Gray to take this puck and skate it ahead. Fakes the pass one way, now moves it up right wing side. Williamson in over the line. Here's Austin Doe, right circle, backhand, and a save made by Paulin, who cut down the angle. Doe is tied up with Sargis behind the net. MJ Graham finds this one in the corner. Graham and Nicoletti battle at it there. Here's Williamson, moves that up the wall, right point to Grade. Rimmed around behind the net. MJ Graham with it here. Graham chasing after it, eventually finds it. Left wing hash, he gets bodied up, still with some space to operate, gets it to the left point. Noselinch. Now a backhand pass, finds Grade. His shot, that one blocked in front by Schnapp. Heck of an effort by him. Williamson kicks it to the right point, held in there, pinballing around bodies. High slot, Graham couldn't lift the stick of Sargis in time, and now here's Barr with some speed ahead, right wing side. He drops it back for Peavy. Nice toe drag there, but he couldn't resettle the puck off of the deke. Graham flips that to the red line. Krupp tried to come back and pick it out of feet. Williamson was involved in a battle. Now here's Schnapp dumping it in right wing corner. 3:28 left to go here in the third. Still plenty of time, but we'll keep our eyes on McBurney just in case. Williamson dumps that one in from the right side of red and will head off for a change. Talipov has this in the corner. Krupp battling in after him. He seals him to the wall. Then he gave it up. Talipov tried to push it out and succeeds as the Columbus defense has it at the red line. Frazier and Vanelli playing a little catch, retreating. Now they pass it up. Here's Levi Armstrong with the puck. Left wing corner. He's tied up there along the wall. Baker tries to rim it around. He was weak with it. Anderson couldn't pull it off the wall, though, and it's touched back for Talipov behind the Carolina nets. 2:50 left to go here in the third. River Dragons trail by one here in the neutral site game in Biloxi. Butita from the red line. Pass across. Hits Baker in the skates. Now puts it on his stick. Ramped up off of a stick and into the crowd and out of play. 2:38 remaining now in period 3. Shots on goal in favor of the Dragons. Pretty big, 42-36. Right now that total here, 43-35. They had a shot reversed, I guess. But that third period total right now is 16-7 in favor of Columbus. They are pushing. They're trying to find that equalizer. Carolina wants nothing more than to jump Columbus in the standings, take all 3 points tonight, which would set up a spicy matchup coming up Saturday at the Columbus Civic Center. 2-on-2 battle off the face-off along the far side half wall. Doyle, good check there onto Schnapp. Those two go hugging and holding at each other. Meanwhile, Columbus pushes his puck up. Petrantonio, a reach. He couldn't touch it, and it's a delayed offsides. Thunderbirds couldn't touch it. River Dragons happy to let it go by, and then Ozelinch at the hash marks secures the icing. So Thunderbirds were not able to change and were in no way in any advantage to get to the hash for the negate. Face-off coming to the left of Paulin. River Dragons change up the D pair. It's Grade and Doyle with the Bersani unit out there. Bersani and Ford to take this draw to the left of Paulin. 2:18 to go here in period 3. Bersani wins it to the half wall, but Doe was cheating in, and Cody Oakes is able to skate it out to center himself. He'll dump it in from the red line. That one is stick there at the side of the net by McBurney, puts it into the path of Doyle. Doyle takes his time behind the net. Not a lot of time left here. We're at the 2-minute warning here in the third. Petrantonio with this left wing circle. Pass across the crease. Nobody home. Columbus in the midst of a change. Baker in the corner. Sealed off there by Petrantonio. Rims it around anyways. Barr with it on the near side corner. He wants to go one way. Petrantonio, he's hauling to try and cut him down. And behind the net, it'll get played. Barr with it at the hash mark. The half wall. That one held in there by Krupp, and then it's knocked off of his stick and goes all the way back out to center. McBurney was heading towards the bench. He's looking to get the 6-on-5 going. Graham ties up here with Schnapp along the half wall. McBurney to the bench. 6-on-5 here for Columbus. 1:23 to go in the third. Morrow's trying to push the pile. It's a 3-on-2 battle for the Dragons. Carolina just trying to kill some time, and Sargis had it between his feet, and eventually a whistle is worked, and Columbus will have an offensive zone draw with 1:14 remaining in the third. Taking a look at both benches, Garrett Rutledge is going to pull out the whiteboard. Is he going to call a timeout? No signal from either bench. And the line change finishes. So, no timeouts just yet. Williamson to take this draw here against Baker. The back wings cheating in a little too much. Referee pushes them back. Williamson wins it clean. Top of the circles, Vanelli. Back along the half wall for Williamson. Right circle with space. A pass, and laying out was Pace to block that centering feed. Williamson with the right circle to Graham. A chip, and it went off the heel of his stick, and he couldn't put it towards net. Krupp trying to play that to a dangerous area. Baker held in center point there nicely. Krupp left circle. His shot blocked by Pace. This one goes off the glass. Frazier holds it in left point. He's immediately bodied up there by Martin. Under a minute to go here in the third. River Dragons need a goal late. Vanelli at the red line, played over to Williamson. He comes back in on sides. Flip to the middle. That one too high for Doe to glove out of the air. Baker tried to play it along the wall. Hit Krupp with it on the backside. Martin finds the loose puck. Chipped out to center. Vanelli chips it right back in. Held in at the blue on the good side of the neutral zone for Carolina. Frazier's trying to work it out of feet here. It's a 2-on-2 battle. Baker sends it down the length of the ice, but looks like we got a whistle. 23.8 left to go in the third. And you can see Carolina's strategy right now is get it into the corner, get it along the wall, eat up time, sap Columbus's energy. One more shift right now. You know it's going to have to be a hero shift, a center ice drop. And neither team taking a timeout. I'm very surprised to see that. Petrantonio v. Baker. And Baker wins it. Martin dumps it. Stopped at the blue line by Frazier. 20 seconds left. Got a hustle. He dumps that one in. No icing as it got a touch at the blue line. Pace and Williamson. They collide sticks. Williamson tries to put that to the side of the net. It's rimmed around by Carolina. Held in by Frazier. Left circle. Backdoor pass. Williamson couldn't settle it on his stick. Williamson to the middle. Bersani. He scores! Hunter Bersani. 4 seconds left in the third. Tie game 3-3. What a pass! What a find! Jagger Williamson to Hunter Bersani. 3-3. We're 4 seconds away from extra hockey. Oh, man. What a surge that's got to be on the bench. Hunter Bersani, his 7th goal of the year. Don't get ready for bed just yet, everybody in the Eastern Time Zone. We have got some bonus hockey coming up in 4 seconds. River Dragons with the last 3. They win the draw. Defense will just play it off. We're going to head to overtime. First, let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification on the Columbus River Dragons broadcast network.
Listening to River Dragons Hockey on WKCN HD2 Forbidden South, Columbus, and W295AY Crystal Valley. 106.9 really rocks.
At the end of the third period, 3-3 our score. River Dragons answer with a run of their own, waiting till, well, let's be honest, just about the very last second. 4 ticks left on the clock for Hunter Bersani to send it home past Chris Paul, and looked like it went 5-hole on him. They've not gone up with the official scoring just yet on Fed Hockey, but from my recollection, Bersani the goal, Williamson the feed. I think Frazier is actually going to get his second helper of the night at the 1956 mark of the third. What a clutch goal right there, as we will now skate 5 minutes of 3-on-3 hockey to decide a winner. If we don't have one after that, a 5-man shootout where they can start repeating after 3. Now, in some buildings, they just do 30 seconds to a minute. In others, they do a full 3 minutes, and they're trying to just, keep going at that ice over on the goal to our left. I don't think there's going to be any super long stoppage here. Looks like the referees are getting everybody back out of their benches and huddles and ready to go. So we'll hold off on a potential break here and let you know we are 3-on-3. Teams do not change ends in the extra period. 3-on-3 hockey for 5 minutes. 3-3 our score. Thunderbirds scored 3 in a row first, all in the second period. First, Zach Sargis, then Daniel Martin, and 55 seconds later, Gus Ford tacked on what Carolina surely thought was going to be a safe lead, but at the end of the second, 17 seconds left to go, Austin Doe with a 4-on-4 goal, Jay Krupp, power play tip goal, and then with 4 seconds left, Hunter Bersani sending one from the slot. Looked like Williamson and Frazier the assists. That's how we sit 3-3. Who gets the next one? Who gets the extra point? Or will it take a skills contest? Petrantonio, Doe, Vanelli out there for Columbus. Baker, Ford, Oakes out there for Carolina. We're underway in Aflac overtime. Vanelli has it behind the net. 3-on-3, obviously something of a possession hockey game. So Columbus starting out with that possession, they want to take control. Doe gets pinched along the boards right in front of the Carolina bench. His cross-ice pass was read by Oakes, but Petrantonio was able to help it out and keep possession for Columbus. Now he moves it 2-on-2 as he hits the line right wing side. Petrantonio with speed drops it back for Doe. On the backhand, trying to chip it backdoor for Petrantonio, and that's a good stick by Chris Paulin in his own crease to break it up. And now Carolina has possession. 35 seconds gone here in overtime. Baker fakes the pass to the right wing, skates it up, thinks about it again as Gus Ford streaking up that right wing. Now with some speed, left wing side is Nicoletti. He drops it back for Ford. He's at the left point, being watched by Williamson. Plays that one to the slot. One away from goal is Nicoletti. Back up to the top for Ford, center point. Moves it over to the left wing circle for Baker. Baker skates it up to the blue line. Pass to the right point for Ford. Ford trying to dangle a man there. That was Williamson to go through his legs. Nothing doing. Here's MJ Graham with speed. One-on-one. MJ Graham fakes it, drops it. High slot. Williamson fires. Save made by Paulin. Just saw that one in time. Paulin swallows it up in the breadbasket. And we get our first whistle of overtime. 3:49 left to go in the extra frame. 3-3 our score. Face-off coming to the left of Paulin. Peavy takes this draw against Bersani. Right now, he's the hero for Columbus. Who will be the hero at the end of the night, though? Bersani to the right point. Ramped up off a stick. Frazier gloved it. Didn't have some space. He takes it out to the neutral zone. Now he's taking some abuse from his counterpart, 27 there in Peavy. Bersani, he tried to play it to Morrow. That one went through his legs. It's still in the zone here for Carolina. Jacob Schnapp with Morrow watching over him. They rub shoulders. Pass to the middle. Backhand effort. Nope, it's dropped back. Here's Cody Oakes. Right circle. Fires. Glove save made by McBurney. Thought about playing it off, and Frazier says hold on to that. 3:22 left to go here in overtime. 3-3 our score. Dragons and Thunderbirds. Dragons had the last 3 goals in this game to get to this point, including one with 4 seconds left. Butita and Petrantonio face off to the left of McBurney. Butita wins it weakly between his legs. Columbus takes it away with anticipation. This one flipped there by Doyle. 2-on-1 the other way for the Dragons. Here's Doe and Petrantonio. Pass Petro. What a save, Paulin. Stack the pads, Marty Brodeur style. And now look out. Here comes Carolina back the other way. Butita left circle. Gets around a man. Tripped up. Is this a shot? Arm is up. And just a tripping signal. Butita driving the net. Looked like he was around the River Dragons defender. I'm surprised there is not more complaints on the Carolina bench about an overtime penalty shot. 3:02 left to go. Doe will sit 2 minutes for tripping. Excuse me, grade. 12, not 17. So it's 4-on-3 right now. Can't go lower than 3 on the man advantage, so Carolina gets to add a guy. 4-on-3 here. Huge Houston Clinic penalty kill in overtime. Houston Clinic helping the River Dragons get back to full strength. Oakes with it at the center point, looking for a shooting lane. He looks, nothing there as Ozelin just clogging it up. Pass to the left circle, back for Oakes. Little umbrella situation here. Right circle for Ford, trying to lay that one off to the middle. That one knocked away by Vanelli. Vanelli puts a check onto a man, but Ford still has it at the center point inside the zone. Left circle over for Baker. 25 seconds already gone in the grade trip. Here's Ford with it. He fires a pad save made by McBurney. Sees that through traffic. Ford with it. Plays a little catch with Baker. Top of the left circle. Fires. Save made. Rebound loose, and they score. Just getting enough of a stick on it there. I think it was Butita. And he puts it home for the overtime winner. 2:25 left to go here in OT, and Carolina will skate away with 2 points. John Butita, his 7th goal of the year. Now he's got a multi-point game tonight, and Carolina will celebrate with a FPHL record crowd, where they're the designated home team. And what an entertaining hockey game we saw here tonight. Power play goal means the River Dragons finish the night 3 for 4 on the Houston Clinic penalty kill. The goal 2:35 in. Butita, looks like from Ford and Baker, will close out the scoring. Let's take a break. When we come back, time for the Chattahoochee postgame show after this on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
An injury can be a game changer. That's why Houston Sports Medicine Team provides urgent ortho care, Saturday morning injury clinics during hockey season, and an emergency room at Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. An injury can be a game changer, and immediate evaluation and care can be a game changer too. For more information, go to Houston.com or call 706-324-6661.
Welcome to the Chattahoochee. That's right, the Chattahoochee Southern Brew House is the official post-game hangout of the Columbus River Dragons, serving their exclusive River Dragon Red Ale on all game nights, located just a mile and a half from the Civic Center at 1301 6th Avenue. There's no excuse not to get out with some friends and enjoy the night with some quality craft brews. Chattahoochee Southern Brew House is locally and veteran-owned and offers live music from 6 to 10 on Friday and Saturday nights. Make sure to follow them on social media for all the latest events.
The King Claw is one of the most popular destinations for seafood enthusiasts. King Claw is inspired by the Viet Cajun elegance of boil and bag seafood that holds all the juicy flavor of the ocean. Then we add our very own unique mixture of the best spices that take the taste to another level. We can confirm that you won't find our flavor anywhere else. We collect the freshest seafood, prepare them as you order, and we encourage you to grab your hand in the bag to enjoy the heavenly taste of our signature seafood combinations. We believe that having quality and fresh foods with friends and family is the best feeling in the world. Come, open up a bag and enjoy the best seafood in town, where the ultimate juiciness waits for you. Call 706-507-3845 to order.
Podcast Network. Tonight's show is brought to you by Cypress Partners, Podcast 706, Chattahoochee Southern Brew House, The Jersey Shop, BioLife Plasma, and PMB Broadcasting. Now with a recap of tonight's action, here's Zach DeBozart.
Thank you very much, Brian Thomas. Chattahoochee postgame show here as the 3 stars of the game are being announced here for the crowd. Crowd of 7,288 filing out the